Okay, so when last we left the session, you guys were on the second chance. Hart had told you it's going to take her about a day to melt down the gold into a usable resource to fix the ship, plus fit the gym, et cetera, et cetera. And she gets to work, and she's pretty much absorbed in her work. And then basically during the next 24 hours, I was going to leave it up to you guys if there's anything you wanted to do during that period of time. Yeah.
I was chatting with our how do I put this nicely instead of just saying old lady. Seasoned adventurer. There we go.
You could just call her by her name, LaVine.
That's too complicated.
That requires me remembering her name.
That's true enough. You were chatting with LaVine, and she was telling you that her magic is rather unusual, a bit like Lucas's. Both of them seem to not conform to the normal magical arts, and she did say that there was a thing in gratitude for, in addition to what she's paying you guys, in gratitude for taking her, she can teach you a few tricks here or there. Now, what I'm going to do for your sake, Pifferkins,
Okay.
is she's going to tell you what these spells can do, and I'm going to throw you a list of spells that are basically what Lucas would probably get out of it, if it makes sense. This is not what she's going to call it, but this is what Lucas would probably turn it into, or
yes, her own, his own style of that.
Exactly,
spell.
his own style. Now, give me 1 or 2 minutes before I shoot that over to you, because I'm literally converting it now. But she'll basically give you a couple of she'll spend a good part of the day, if Lucas is interested, kind of describing what she can teach, and Lucas can go, ooh, oh, I like that, or no, not that one. You know what I mean?
Right. Lucas would be all over that.
All right then. Isaac, Xavier, Talavac.
If I recall correctly, at the end of last session, I said that I would spend most of the day riding around with Quicksilver.
Yes, outside the ship. Quicksilver.
So that's what I was doing.
Okay. Wait, for like the whole 24-hour period, or?
Well, when we got to the ship, I spent like a 9-hour nap.
Got it. Okay.
I went to bed, so that's going to take up a lot of time.
Okay. I'll say this: after about 3 hours of stretching his robotic legs, he's going to get bored and complain that there's nothing really to see, and then ask if he can go back and watch Wishbone.
Okay. Then we
but he does. But for that 3 hours, he does run a lot, which is a little odd. He's a robotic horse, not a real one. He doesn't need to stretch his legs, but he did seem rather energetic about it.
Yeah. Well, it's an AI, so it makes sense.
It is that indeed. Xavier, Talavac?
I have a question. Where was I last?
On the Starluck. I mean,
Yes.
second chance.
On the second chance, where that is kind of up to you.
Okay, I just want to make it to where I take off the helmet. I still have the other armor on, I suppose. Okay. And I just look around, I'm like, what? How did I get here? And I'm just gonna kind of like walk outside and just have a very confused look and demeanor about myself.
You will get a small voice in your head, which you are starting to become very familiar with. It will say, "You followed your friends here."
I did. I don't remember. I don't
There
remember.
is a silence.
Yeah.
An awkward silence in your head.
All right, I'm gonna walk around and see if I can find the first recognizable face I can find.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first recognizable face you can find.
Alright.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's do it this way. Point
Mhm.
to a part of the ship, and I will tell you. Tell me where in the ship you would go. So we'll say that you kind of just snap out of it, standing in the cargo bay,
Okay.
and then just tell me where you'd wander around, and then I'll be able to tell you who you'd run into.
The front, the cockpit area.
You'd probably run into not Isaac because he's sleeping in his room with his. Well, he probably kicked his horse out. So Xavier would probably be the first person you'd run into.
Okay. I just walk. If you're not paying attention or whatever, but if you are, he's just looking around, rather confused, and he comes over towards Xavier, and he sits down, and he's like, "Oh no, Xavier, I can't remember much. I don't know what's going on. What happened? I remember being in the temple. I grabbed the sword, and everything seems to be a blur from there on till now. What happened? What did I do?"
You don't. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Xavier will look at you with a bit of disbelief. You can't remember anything else?
No, I don't.
You don't remember Lucas digging a tunnel through where we found that with a bunch of chattering teeth. You don't remember that.
I just shake my head.
You don't remember bartering with just a second, LaVine. It's LaVine, right? GM? The
Yes,
old lady?
It's LaVine.
Yes, it's LaVine. Sorry.
You don't remember agreeing with LaVine in exchange for her gem for us to show her wonders that she's never seen.
I just remember being all of us in this room, and we had this robot talking to us, and then I pick up this sword, and the next thing you know, I walk out of my room, and I don't know what happened.
Well, if the sword is hurting you, then I suggest you let it go, or we sell it the first chance that we get.
I just look at you. No, I can deal with it. And
well, you have to admit it's a little disconcerting, Talavac. That wasn't just a few minutes or, one evening. That was practically an entire day that you just missed.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Xavier says, you've been acting extremely strange ever since you came across that sword.
It speaks to me.
I don't hear a damn thing.
It speaks only to me.
Okay, so you realize how crazy that sounds.
I guess from your point of view, I can see why. But I'm telling you the truth.
Swords don't typically speak to people, especially in words that no one else can hear.
Well, I may be a thief, but I'm not lying to you when I say that this thing speaks to me.
Oh, no, I believe that you believe that it speaks to you. I just, this isn't really helping my general concern. You realize that?
Look, it was just overwhelming, I believe. I think that it was a bit of a shock. Maybe it'll start wearing off. Maybe I can get used to it, Look, I tell you what, if I black out again, I promise that I will put that sword, I will sell it for the highest amount I can get. But until then, I got to know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. So I'm just gonna sit back in the missile chair and just kind of like just stare at the computer screen and just try to. And me, I'm just trying to get my wits back. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get some sort of recollection going. So that's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
I'll let you do that. And
Mhm.
see. And Squee, I don't have anything special I want to do in the next 24 hours, to be honest. I'm
Okay.
good to continue.
Okay. All right. So, in about 20 hours or so, about 21 hours, you guys hear over the intercom Hart's voice. All right, boys, I think we're good to go.
You don't sound 100% sure there, Hart. Xavier. Intercom's back.
The intercom crackles back. I had to use our frying pan to melt down gold to create a capacitor. I don't think anyone could be 100% sure at that, boss.
Gotcha. Well, I guess only one way to find out. Let's remove this camouflage covering. Fire up, see what happens.
You hear back over the intercom. I'm going to be staying back here connected to the ship so that if something does go wrong, I can fix it as quickly as possible. But we should be good.
Well, we'll find out. Either that or, listen, Hart, it's either this thing takes off or we become the new religious leaders of this planet. So, for the sake of everyone, we do not need me as a religious leader. So, narratively, I guess I could say we removed the. Is it fair to say that we removed the canvassing?
Yeah,
The camouflage stuff, yeah.
I would say that narratively, if you guys wanted to, you'd have plenty of time to do it.
Great. So let's do that.
There's a pause, and then over the intercom. I don't know, boss. That might actually be rather interesting.
Who is that? Her?
Yeah.
Of course, she's the only one who ever calls me boss. Yeah, you say that, but you haven't seen what we've seen or dealt with what we had to deal with.
Got it. Well, just take her easy. If you have any fluctuation in the controls or panels, scream like a girl. I promise I'll hear.
Well, I will yell, but I can't promise it's gonna be like a girl.
And with that, you actually power. Gets back into the cockpit. The cockpit lights start flashing, and you have power to the console, and looks like the ship starts to. Really, Xavier, you have to be the one to start turning it on, but power has been restored.
All right, and the netting and all the camouflage stuff is gone and stored back into the cargo bay. Okay.
It's safely stored. I would assume you guys would have plenty of time to do that. So yeah.
Then Xavier will kind of crack his fingers, kind of rub the spot on his wrist where his holographic computer was. Give a big sigh, chuckles to himself, realizing that he almost gave a prayer to the triumvirate before he kind of shakes his head, starts up the vehicle, starts up the engine.
Okay. There is at first a lot of chugging, I guess is the word to use for it. This isn't a conventional engine and doesn't work anywhere near the same way a piston engine does. But whereas the ship normally has a slow, soft, gentle hum that rises, this one is a hum that rises in spurts at first, as if it takes a second to get going, and then as it picks up momentum, it starts to go softer and softer, smoother and smoother, until the engines kickstart. You feel the familiar hum of the engines. The controls look like they're displaying everything they need to. You don't feel any fluctuations. and the ship looks to be operational.
Great. I'll take her up a few hundred feet at first to see how well she's handling elevation.
Okay. She handles elevation rather smoothly, believe it or not. If you don't mind, I'm going to cut over at Lucas.
Yeah.
As the ship starts to power up, LaVine starts grasping the bed that she's sitting on. She goes, What's happening?
Well, it feels like the ship's starting up, so everything should be connected A-okay. As Lucas starts, like, looking around at the different parts of the room.
I don't pretend, Lucas dear, that I've never been on a ship before, and tell me what you just said.
Pretend that you were not on a ship before. This entire building that we're in is going to not be on the ground anymore, but lift up into the air.
As you say that, you feel your stomach slowly drops out as the ship begins to, as you said, lift several hundred feet into the air. She grips the bed even tighter, and she goes, "Oh, that's a new sensation."
Well, depends on how you live your life. You're gonna get used to this.
Is there a window?
GM, is there a window?
Yes. The second chance has small. There aren't any large windows, except for the cockpit window, but there are small portholes. Not in the room you're in. Actually, yeah. Actually, there would be.
Yeah,
there would be a few.
we had them installed here. That's why we had most of this space.
I forgot. I thought you had them installed in here, but no, you're correct.
No.
So there are small portholes that she can look out of. Which, never mind that. Let's backtrack a bit. She wouldn't ask if there's windows if they're right there. She would get up and hobble over.
Maybe
to the
she's
porthole.
hysterical with excitement.
Probably, yeah.
She would hobble over on her one good leg and grip the portholes and just stare outside. And do that. She does that basically for the next several minutes. That's all she's doing. Xavier, the ship hovers several hundred feet in the air. Everything is smooth. Now, you feel that the controls... I like to think of it... we've never really discussed this before, but I like to think of it... You're piloting a large ship, yes, but I like to think of it much like a pilot of an airplane today. There's a certain feel to this. You can feel the tension in rudder pedals or in the control stick. If things jolt or if the wind buffets you, you feel that tension instead of it being purely computer automated. So you do feel once in a while some shuddering. You notice that the ship tends to want to pull to the right just a bit, as if the engine isn't perfectly balanced, but it's nothing you can't compensate for. In fact, it's very easy to compensate for it once you take a few minutes to feel it out and see what the oddities are.
Gotcha. Xavier will ask on the intercom, so do we have exact coordinates, or at the very least know exactly how high up this device is that we have to interact with?
You do not. The tape said that he built his city near the ley line, and that the device was put in the ley line.
Where was the ley line? Wait a second. Hold up a moment. I could have swore we were told it was up, like in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was floating
yes.
above the city.
It is floating high up in the atmosphere, but as far as exactly where, all you know is that it's it and the ley line are somewhere around the Golden City.
Yeah. Plus, we need to get our asses down back into the catacombs anyways to start up the machine in order to bring the machine, the terraforming machine, back to this part of the reality.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess we pull a Rhapsody and go as high up into the atmosphere as possible above the cloud lines until we hover over the Golden City. Try to detect this thing first, and then land nearby to delve into the cave and, delve into that impromptu entrance that Lucas made. Start it up, run to the ship, and then but we should locate where it is first, you know what I mean? So we're not meandering around, because we don't want to be in the sky for too long once we get things going, I assume, right?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'm open to other ideas, of course, but that's the first one that comes to mind. Piph?
Let's see. We already have a good way in, a good way out. We have our ship completely started, so we don't have to worry about the time lapse for that. As long as we are far enough from where we want to go, and we use a quick and trustworthy transportation, I don't think there'd be a problem.
Okay. So, Squee, we're gonna take the second chance up into the atmosphere, a good solid, let's say 40 miles high.
Okay. All right. As you begin to rise up above the atmosphere, you start to rise up, and then there's a small shudder in your controls, and you hear, not over the PA system, but from several speakers in the consoles around you, you hear Hart's voice, but it sounds very different. It sounds very soft and almost trance-like, and it's coming from speakers that you are very sure are not the PA system, but you hear very clearly, "Take it easy, boss. I'll keep it stable."
Okay. He says, furrowing his brow, before he says, "I didn't realize that you rewired things."
I didn't rewire things.
Then how come you're coming out? Never mind. Between Talvac saying he has a sword that talks to him, like that only talks to him, and Hart not rewiring things but coming out through new speakers, Xavier he doesn't even know anymore. He really doesn't. So he's just gonna do what was suggested. Fuck, why not?
Xavier is in the middle of checking the hell out. Like, I'm done with this shit.
You do find that as long as you keep it slow and steady, I'm not going to make you roll a piloting check because that would be, piloting 101. In fact, you would start slow and steady before you'd ever learn to do things fast. So, as long as you keep it slow and steady, you don't feel too much tremor, you don't feel too much give or take. You think you notice a few things on an instrument panel here or there, but they seem to correct themselves before you can fully turn your attention to it. But for the most part, the ship seems to be operating rather well. What this will mean is that if you're using the ship in any sort of maneuvering or things like that, there's going to be a small 5% penalty to your piloting check as you adapt for the small little inconsistencies.
The problems, the repaired problems, Gaia.
If Hart is not connected to the ship, it'll be a minus 15. But for the moment, it is a minus 5 only.
Hey.
So you hit about 40 miles above the planet. And what would you like to do now?
Navigate to above the Golden City.
Okay. You begin flying. At that altitude, you can fly at tremendous speeds. You're pretty much, for all intents and purposes, you're in space at this point. You're in a high orbit around the planet, so you could travel at incredibly quick speeds. Lucas, it's only after this, after you've reached this height and started speeding across the planet, that you, for the first time, hear a very simple "wow" from LaVine. Her eyes, though, have like not blinked once.
Lucas is not going to interrupt her time. Just leave that be.
Within the space of about 30 minutes or so, you can find that you are right around the given coordinates, more or less where the Golden City is. If you look down, you can see a tiny golden dot that would be the Golden City.
Okay. What's the terrain like around it?
Mountainous, except for the immediate area around it, which is completely flat and level. There seems to be two canyons or passageways through the mountains. One is the road that you took to get there, and one is a road opposite it.
How far out is the flat area around the Golden City?
Hard to tell from this height. Hard to tell from this height, but
approximation.
Well, I was gonna say, but you've been there, so you would, on the ground, you'd be able to tell. You're looking at about 400 meters or so.
Oh, that's not very far at all.
But in a circle around the city.
Ideas, guys?
Settle down semi-nearby, or near the cave with the floating machine, so we can move quickly back. No, they would actually usually see that.
Was that like to the south of the city or to the east of the city that, you know, your little makeshift tunnel was? Where was it, Squee?
Give me a second, actually. I have to think about that. It was to the north of the city.
Okay. So how about we stop off in some of the mountainous areas? We'll say 2... no, let's be nice and careful. 20 miles north of the city. Land. Get in our little van. Drive out. And boom, we'll be at the tunnel.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good to me.
That's what we're going to do then, Squee.
Okay. So you said how many miles from the city?
20.
Okay. Alright. Hang on, I'm trying to think distances in my head. Sometimes it can be difficult. Okay. Your ship, 20 miles out wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it's nowhere near as big as the Rhapsody, so you would be out of view of the city, I would think, unless someone's really, really attentive and sees a dot.
Bird.
Roll me, if you would, a piloting check at a -5.
Okay, give me a moment just to double check the number. So I'll make it harder by 5. Okay. There we go. Roll 1d100 plus 5. I succeed considerably by like 74.
You have absolutely no trouble whatsoever finding a landing spot and very gently placing the second chance down.
Perfect, like a glove, guys.
Mm.
All right. Sooner we're in that tunnel and away, the sooner we can get off this planet, right? So let's load ourselves on up, and I'll drive the van. I'm like the driver, which is hilarious. And whenever my fellow compatriots are ready,
Is there anything I can do?
come with us.
Okay. One moment here. I'm gonna put on my other armor. I'm tired of wearing this freaking ghillie suit. Ugh.
Well, heads up, Talavac. Well, the Radiant folks aren't nearly as paranoid about tech. You'll probably be safe.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put my
They'll definitely be curious, though. That's the only thing.
look.
Exactly. We're still going to be pretty close to the Golden City, Talavac. The tunnel isn't that far away from it.
Well, chances are they won't see me anyway.
Okay.
And at this point here, I think this jig is just about up.
Tell you what, if they see you, you owe me 1,000 credits.
Deal.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the special sword on there and just bring my regular one for right now. I can't have anything go wrong in this, so I'm gonna switch it out for my normal one. And then head out with you.
The second you think about that, you hear in your mind, "No, please, take me. I won't do anything wrong. I promise you. I mean you no harm. I have not been held in a long time." I know, but it's a sword.
So lonely. Forever alone, Lord.
After a pause, it goes, "What is it that you are worried of?"
I'm saying this as I'm walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your distractions. I seem to have lost some of my memories since I've had a hold of you.
You hear in your mind, "I needed to learn of you. I promise you, I will not distract you."
Okay, I don't have much time to argue. Okay, I keep it and go.
You feel a sense of relief flood your mind.
All right. Yep, let's do it. Let's go.
All right, LaVine says, "Where are we headed exactly?" She'll say to Lucas.
We're... I'm not quite sure if, well, you're here already, so why not? We're going back to the city to activate a few things, and then we're gonna go right back to this ship.
I see. I assume that involves a lot of walking.
Yes.
Hiking specifically.
I see.
You're
Well, is there... I mean, do you trust me to stay here? Perhaps I can stay in a room, or... is everyone going?
You know what? I'd be impressed if you could actually pilot this thing. So I think we can leave this to you in fairly good hands. And you know what? You could probably entertain yourself over in, and Lucas will try to guide her out.
Yeah,
and
she can
around.
walk with her crutch. She's very experienced at walking with her crutch. She doesn't slow you down too much.
Into this area.
Where you see Hart strung out on the table, exhausted. And she looks at Lucas and goes, "I know we don't know each other very well, dearie, but I don't really prefer that kind of entertainment. Not with one that young."
Gross.
She does not look amused.
So you don't like card games?
She raises an eyebrow. "I don't understand."
this is a gaming room. That's where you can play. Actually, I don't know if you. Does the world have like a? Hold on. And Lucas is actually going to dig into his pockets. Aha! Here it is. He's going to pull out a deck of normal playing cards. Do you have things like this? And it's going to flop around a thin rectangular card.
She's actually going to try to, not hard, but knock Lucas upside the head and say, Lucas, don't take me into a room with a woman unconscious on a table and tell me to entertain myself, you dolt.
Lucas looks over at Hart. Is she unconscious?
Yes, she is sleeping on the table.
He looks back at the other woman. She wouldn't really be a good playing companion, you're right. Hold on. Lucas like hands her the like deck of cards. The not Hart, the other lady.
Okay, yeah, LaVine. Mm-hmm.
LaVine. And then goes, 1 second, she's obviously tuckered out, and Lucas will try to pick her up and move her back to her room.
Hart is surprisingly light for Lucas, and as you pick her up, you hear her mumble, "No, Pa, sorry I took it apart. You didn't need it anyway."
Lucas, while going out of the room, "That's okay, dear."
All right, so you take Hart to her room?
Yeah.
When you open her door, you find her room. At some point, she must have bought or brought some sort of paint or chalk or something. Her room is a mass of... Well, you know enough to know this. They're engineering designs. They're equations. They're mathematical formulas. But they're all drawn in bright pastel-colored chalk. And there's no shortage of unicorns, hearts, and fluffy clouds hidden among the... schematics.
She's got to design my room. Alright, down you go. As Lucas tries to put her on her bed.
Alright, you have no real trouble doing it, as Hart is a rather small person. Okay, so you put her in her room.
Looks at her for a sec. Make sure that she's okay. She's fine. Cuts out of the room.
I'm going to address the elephant in the room really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We have lost Inferno. He might be back in about half an hour or so. He's not feeling that well.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yes, Inferno, take it easy, buddy. So what we'll do is we'll continue on with Anna, as we do usually. We can say that Xavier will stay on the ship to guard it and make sure everything stays the same.
Okay,
sure.
Right? In fact, that'll also solve the problem with LaVine. Well,
Right.
not that it was much of a problem, but you know what I mean. Okay, so Xavier's staying back with LaVine. He's going to teach you how to play an old gambler's card game. And you guys are going to head out. What are you going to take?
I am going to take the armor that I had on ship. My pistols, and that's pretty much it. Did you end up giving me back my Desert Eagles, Dave? Or did you still want to hold on to them?
I would, if it's okay. I'd like to hold on.
Yeah, that's
to them.
fine.
Okay, cool.
Here's another important question.
Mm-hmm.
What vehicle are you taking?
Ooh. That's a good question, because I don't think any of us, except for Xavier, can pilot a van.
That's all we have, right?
No,
we got
you
these
have a van.
horses.
You have 2 mechanical. Well, more is more of a mechanical pony, really.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
But you do
We
have
have
2.
mechanical
You
horses,
have
too.
2 mechanical horses. Yes.
I think taking those would be
Yeah.
better because they're more maneuverable.
True, but the thing is, the problem that the reason why we didn't bring them last time was the fact that they don't have horses on this planet.
No.
I would say that. Does that really matter now? We can always hide the horses somewhere.
Where are they? Do you think that my does Lucas think that my mechanical horse can fit in the tunnel down to the Techno Wizard's catacombs?
He might have a hard time coming back up, but he can go down.
Well, actually, I was going to say you very clearly stated you wanted the tunnel to be 10 feet by 10 feet.
Yeah.
And did you make it uneven? I would assume it would have been an even gradient to the surface, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, a horse or a pony wouldn't have much trouble traversing that, as long as your gradient isn't like 80 degrees. I mean, I don't know what Lucas considers a steady gradient, but
we had to actually get out of that freaking hole.
that is true.
I could bring my rope and my grappling hook. We can pulley someone out if we have to.
Yeah, I guess we can bring Quicksilver and Apple Palooza.
Yay!
I remember your name, your horse's name.
I love him so.
They just came in very handy on that first mission we had, and I figured that they would do just as well.
I would say,
I'm
Isaac, you know enough about the horsemanship with a mechanical horse that a real horse might have trouble getting out of that hole. A mechanical horse has the strength that it could leap out of the hole fairly easily. It's
got a robot physical strength of 28.
So I think even Lucas's pony would not have much trouble.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about the pony one because of the size.
Right.
I was just worried about like positioning, like trying to climb up. Would be a bit awkward.
It would take some maneuvering, of course, but it's not beyond the capabilities of Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm honestly just concerned about how close the cave is to the edge.
The cave is about, you mean to the edge of the city?
Yes.
Several hundred feet. I think I said 300 feet.
Yeah, you can see things 300 feet away.
Yes.
That is true.
They will probably see us.
Right.
That's my big thing.
Okay.
Is they will probably see us, and they will see us go into a hole, and they will probably want to investigate.
Well, I think we're going towards the hole. It's not like we can... Well, I guess we can try to go out to an outcropping and then try to sneak down there. Wanna do it towards nighttime?
Yeah, actually, let's go more towards nighttime, and we can actually probably just bring the horses. Because we have multi-optic bands and all that stuff, so we can see in the dark.
All right,
Okay,
I think we
we
have a
can do
plan.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, I'm sorry to force your hand like this, but I think
Wait! I stepped in between you guys. I'm like,
What?
look, can we hide the horses in the mountains and walk to the cave over the flat land?
it's a pretty good distance, but I guess we could do that.
We're in the mountains right now. We could just walk there if you guys really want to. But the only problem is getting back to the ship is going to take a while.
Yeah.
That's
Well, then, I
that's
guess
the main reason why we're thinking of bringing a vehicle is to get back to the ship as fast as possible.
Look, is it endurance? Is it you can't run? I mean, we have to do something here. Even if I don't know what we're doing, we have to do something.
That's why we're bringing the horses. Look,
That's why we're bringing the horses,
Yeah.
and that's why we're debating.
the endurance is not the problem. It's speed. We have to make sure that we do this in 24 hours. If
Yeah.
we don't do it in 24 hours, we lose everything.
Maybe we can hide them at the edge of the flat land.
Yes, we could
No.
do that. But we would have to be lucky to actually get that opportunity. We're doing this during the dark, and hopefully, we are going to bring the horses at least to as far as we feel that's comfortable. We're definitely going to be doing that, so we shouldn't be arguing about not taking the horses.
Look, we can bring the tarp. We can have them hunker down, cover them up. They'll be concealed while we do what we need to do.
If we're going at night, they're not going to see anyways. It's fine. We already crossed that bridge.
Look, I'm just saying.
We don't need to worry about anything else.
I'm just trying to put your concerns to rest, Isaac.
We already did, though. Because we agreed to go at night, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then that was the only concern that we we needed to address, and we got it.
How long until nighttime?
Give me a second.
Start at day.
You arrived. Actually, no. You arrived at the second chance after nightfall, and it took 20 hours and maybe half an hour. So I'd say it's only a few hours till nightfall because you arrived at the second chance, say 10. Imagine an hour or like half an hour for her to get started. 20 hours after 10, you're looking at 6 p.m. An hour maybe to get where you're going and land there. 7 p.m. You're looking at an hour and a half till darkness at the most.
That's ample enough time to prepare and to strike.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas puts a head on your shoulder. It's a hole. We're not going to try to kill it.
Well, we may have to kill something if it gets in our way.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and try not to kill the bridge too.
Well, the bridge better not get in our way.
You tell him.
What? I'm shaking my head. I'm like, what am I talking about? Hey, can we just go? I'll walk off. I'm getting my stuff.
You hear a voice in your head, Talabak. Have you had to kill many bridges?
Well, this would be my first.
Huh. And then silence.
Yeah.
All right, Squee. Where's the bridge boss?
Where's
Where's
It is the
freaking...
bridge
Alright.
itself.
I get Quicksilver. I tell him we're going on a ride.
I get Applepalooza. I whisper sweet nothings into its ear.
Quicksilver says, "Already? Didn't we just go for a ride?"
Yeah, but we need to go to a hole. You're gonna come with us into the hole. We are going to a power source into a machine, and then we're gonna try and get back to the ship as fast as possible.
Right. All I pretty much understood was get back to the ship as fast as possible, but that I'm good at.
Yes.
And with that, Quicksilver will head towards the cargo bay. If there's anything I can do, it's run.
Good.
Usually away from things, but you know.
No. We're running towards something.
What?
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Hmm.
Huh?
Quicksilver was muttering under his breath, and Isaac caught him.
Oh, I didn't understand the context of the
Yeah.
conversation.
No, I'm with you.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys.
I'm just bringing the stuff that we had on Siren along with a multi-optics band. That's it.
Right. As you guys begin to get ready to go, you see Heart's door open, and she very sleepily rubs her eyes, and she says, "Are you guys headed out again?"
Oh, yeah. We're going to, I think, open up a multi-dimensional rift thing to then open up a ley line to fix a... What was it? Weather beacon control thing?
The terraformer.
Terraformer.
We need to go into a techno wizard's catacombs where he used to live in order to put the gem that I had you hold for a little bit into a computer to power up the machine that'll bring it back from a different phase in reality to this phase, which we will then beam a program from that robot that we brought to you into this terraformer, which will cause all of these storms to calm down.
When Lucas was talking about opening rifts, she didn't seem that to pay much attention. Once Isaac started talking about techno wizards and machines and stuff, her eyes pop open and she begins staring at you with a grin slowly sliding across her face.
Do you want to come with?
Well, yeah.
Aren't you tired though? Don't you need like a nap or something?
She pauses as if considering, and then she says, "Okay, well, question.
Huh?
How many chances am I going to have to examine an ancient machine?"
Not very many, and there were a lot of machines there. There was even a book sorting thing that Lucas really wanted to understand how to use.
Yeah, and nobody told me. They all ignored me, like assholes.
Wait. Hart actually puts her hands up in between you two. Boss, are you telling me there is a machine that sorts books?
Yeah.
That's genius. Why has no one ever thought of that before?
No one's ever thought it.
Yes,
It's a machine that sorts books.
And there's a Xerox machine that makes popcorn. Now, can we please go?
Hart says, "You obviously have never worked in a library."
I'll look at my watch and look at y'all, and look at my watch and look at y'all.
Hart looks at Talvac and then says, "Yes.
Why
Can
are you
I
looking
go?"
at me? You're going with that guy, and he's pointing to Lucas. Up aboard the Appapalooza.
Lucas actually starts laughing. Oh, that's rich. That's a good one. Woo.
No. Seriously, Hart's coming with me.
Why is she going with...
Lucas then slowly turns his head to you and actually looks at you straight in the eyes. You seriously think we can both fit on this?
Yeah, probably.
No, why don't we switch?
You see freaking Lucas's legs spread out in front of him. It looks like a full-grown man on a tricycle.
You also see Hart looking at Quicksilver, and she goes, "Isaac,
What?
I'm not sure I can get up that high." Just she looks up at Quicksilver. Hart's only like 5'4".
I jump on the back. Come on, let's go.
Of Quicksilver?
Wait.
You're jumping
Okay.
on the back of...
My horse?
Can you, Talvac, roll me a sense of balance check, please?
Okay, let me just check my skills real quick. Let's see. Okay. Out of 95.
Okay. You jump onto Quicksilver. Quicksilver bucks and says, No, what's going on? You are not Isaac. And you have to hold on for dear life as Quicksilver in the docking bay begins bucking.
All right, I'll leap off.
Quicksilver stops and he goes, "Okay, that was weird."
Okay, I just get down on one knee and put my head in my hand, and just mumble to myself, "Why is it so hard to leave this ship? Why is it so hard to do anything around here? Why can't we just do a simple thing and just do it?" And I get back up and I look around. I'll run there, okay? If it means that I have to run there, I'll do it.
Okay.
Quicksilver looks at Isaac and goes, "I don't mind carrying you two. Just a little warning would be nice if it's not you."
I apologize, Horsey. I never really know his name. May we proceed?
Quicksilver looks to Isaac.
Isaac will shake his head and start getting on Quicksilver.
So,
Thank
wait, does that mean we can't proceed?
You mean nod your head?
No, I said,
No, he shook
I
his-
said
yeah, he
shake
shook
my
his
head.
head, yeah.
I shook my damn head because you got on my horse without my permission, sir.
So Quicksilver says, "So, okay, Isaac, you're sending me some mixed signals here."
I'd look
No,
at my
you
watch
and I
again.
are gonna go.
Huh?
You and I are gonna go. Hart, would you like to hop on with me, or would you like to go with Lucas?
Hart's already on the pony with Lucas.
Okay, then let's go.
You might
I
need
just-
to. I might need to wear you like a backpack.
I get on the horse and I'm just kind of like roll my eyes.
No,
and just
you
like,
don't get on the horse. You're, well, sir.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I get on.
you're
I'll go to
walking.
get on, and you say no.
Hart looks to Lucas and says, maybe I should try and get on the big horse.
Maybe depending on if he's running or not. If he's getting on the big horse, maybe you should stay on this one. If he's not, why not go on the big one?
Can you give me a boost?
Yeah.
So
Well,
Lucas gives Hart a boost.
Wait,
They
hold on.
Climb up. Uh-huh.
Before I do that, you might want to ask permission before you do such things.
Hart nods emphatically. Yes. Isaac, is it okay
Yes.
if I climb on your horse?
Yes, and he will offer a hand for her.
Oh, how nice of you, Isaac.
Hart looks from Isaac to Talavac, and then she gets on the horse, grumbling, "Really don't like it when the bosses fight."
Well, you three have fun. I'll stay here.
Lucas gets back on the horse. You guys are like freaking old. Why don't you just get a divorce already, you two? This is obviously not working.
I'm gonna look for another. Do we have any hover vehicles or anything like that? Did anything come aboard?
No,
I don't think so.
we
That
just
was
have
it.
the van.
No, I believe you guys, the plan was to set the ship down and get one of the hover vehicles later, but you hadn't gotten that far.
Okay. Well, without a ride, I can either run or stay here.
It's 20 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. It's up to you guys as players. I'd rather not split the party, but
I kind of have my hands tied because I really don't have a say in this.
okay. So here's the deal. As a GM, I'm going to step back.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I'm fine letting you guys do what you want to do, and if you really, really want to, I will. But understand that'll mean that there'll be a large chunk of time Talavac will have nothing to do, and as a player, that's just not fun.
Okay,
I know.
I'm gonna get in the van and go. How hard could it be to drive this thing? You know.
I assume you don't have piloting skill automotive, right?
Or
No.
what you could do is that this is out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize to Isaac, and
Nah.
then maybe things will smooth over.
Well, I apologize
Instead
to
of
the horse.
apologizing to his, yeah, you apologize to his horse.
Well, isn't that good enough?
He was not on his horse without
Well,
asking, or you assumed that was just what was going to happen. You
Well, I
didn't ask
jump.
or anything.
I didn't jump on you. Okay. I get down on my knee, very sarcastically, put my arms out. I am sorry, Isaac. Please forgive me. And I put my fingers together, locked together, like, please. We've got to do this. Please. I'm sorry.
Isaac will stare at you for a moment and turn around to Hart and politely ask, is it all right if you ride with Apopalooza?
Hart looks from you to Talavac, and then she says, once you apologize.
For what?
Hart looks at you very carefully and says, you were very, very mean to the boss over there when you told him he had to ride somewhere else.
I look at you like,
I don't think I'm going to apologize for that.
I see. Hart slides down off the horse and says, all of a sudden, I don't really have much of an interest in going and checking out these machines anymore. I think I'll stay with Xavier.
All right. Have a good time.
And
Hart goes over to Xavier and LaVine.
And I take her place, and I wait for her to go.
All right. So you guys go. How fast can your horses travel? I forget.
100 miles an hour.
I think mine is slightly less than that, but pretty up there.
I'd love to see what that pony looks like going 100 miles an
hour. Pony speed. It is 75 miles an hour, 110 speed.
Okay, 75 miles an hour. So I assume that, Isaac, you would keep pace with the pony, yes?
Yes.
Okay, you guys aren't going to be able to go full speed because you're in mountainous terrain, but you're still going to be able to go pretty fast. It would take you 20 miles, maybe half an hour to 40 minutes. Can you guys, any one of you, roll me a D100, please? Okay. At about 20 minutes into your journey, when you're almost there, you're a good 15 miles towards your destination. You hear a loud chitter sound and a cry as several Palladiums the size of large cats kind of spring out of the mountainside and begin loping after you as quickly as they can. However, they can't run the 50 to 60 miles an hour that you're currently traveling, and they make lunges for you, fall very short, chase after you for about a good 100 feet or so before they stop, and then begin howling at you in a weird, screechy kind of voice.
So we're being tailed by these little Palladium shitheads.
No, they're not following you anymore. They basically made a lunge at you, didn't realize how fast things move, and gave up the chase.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you've seen some Palladiums match that kind of speed, but these ones are not as big and apparently are not as fast.
What a horrible time to not have grenades. Anyway.
All right. So you guys, in about 40 minutes or so, you travel back to the ring where the mountain range ends and the artificially leveled area begins. Right now, you're currently about 400 meters from the city, which would be about 1,200 feet.
Yeah. So we're trying to find this hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to make any checks or anything, or can we just find it? I have a multi-optics band on, so I'm seeing this in night vision.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make you guys roll a check for it. You made the hole. So you should, I mean, if nothing else, you would know where the hole is in relation to where the road is. If you absolutely had to, you could find the road first and then go from there. So I don't think a check would be necessary. If nothing else, Lucas spent some hours in that location, so finding it again should not be a big problem.
Cool. Then we find the hole.
Okay. You find the hole. And you guys travel back down the hole. On the horses, it would only take you about 5 or 10 minutes.
I can't travel.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot. You're hiding the horses before... I believe you're hiding the horses before you get to the hole, right?
We can just bring them in, but my character physically can't ride his horse into the hole.
Okay, got it.
Because he's too tall. Because my horse is about 5 feet at the shoulder, and then Isaac's another 6 foot 4 inches.
Got it.
So that's
All right.
Too tall.
Okay. Someone else roll me a D100 real quick.
Not it.
Okay. It is a cloudy night. You don't see the sky or stars or moon or anything, so which means it's rather dark. So you guys get to the hole unmolested. And you begin to lead the ponies down it, I suppose. Pony and horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, so if you're walking the horse, then it's going to take you about 15 to 20 minutes or so. This is not like the fissure that you climbed down that was very jagged and hard to travel. This is a smooth gradient, which looks like it was dug from dozens of large spoons. So the surfaces, I know, right? So the surfaces of the ground, the roof, and the ceiling are not smooth. They have small little indents in them that are the indents of tiny, or not tiny, but like 8-inch sets of chompers chomping through the rock. It takes you, well, like I said, about 20 minutes or so to get back down to where Lucas dug the hole, which is right here. So let me move you guys back there. Okay. There you are.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second, please.
Sure.
There we are. Okay. Sorry, my Firefox was loading slow.
Oh, yeah, I hate when that happens. Okay, so you guys get back down there. You are back down there. What would you like to do?
Well, I assume that we wanted to turn this thing on. Are we not down here to turn the thing on?
I'm just following leads. I'm just following you. That's all I'm doing.
Here, I'll lead.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We go into the room.
You go back into the room where Xavier is not.
Xavier, how'd you get here?
Yeah,
He beat you all.
Robot, I thought you were back at the ship.
I am. No.
All right.
All right. You guys get back to the room. You find the room is untouched from how you left it. Still a bunch of clutter on the desk. The skeleton is now missing a green gem and a black sword, so I should probably remove those.
They respawn after a while. Sweet loots.
You mean I have a second blade? All right. Okay.
All right. You guys ready to hightail it out of here?
I'm already facing the
Or
door.
is there anything else you guys need to look at, figure stuff out?
Nope.
I'm gonna ask you this once only.
What?
How you turn on the book machine?
Isaac will go up to Lucas and tower over him and say, like I keep saying, I don't friggin' know.
Did you take a look at it?
No, I'll go take
Yay!
Where the hell was that thing?
Go down.
No, that was in character.
Okay,
It's
okay.
he goes enthusiastically to the right. To the right.
Okay. Okay. Lucas remembers exactly.
What about here?
Left. Left. Wait, no, right. This way.
I'm trying to confuse me. Jeez.
I'm staying right here.
All right. You get Talavac, in your
thing.
mind. You get an uneasy feeling from the sword, just like a feeling of being back where it was for so long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Isaac, you have a few options.
Yeah?
What would you like to do?
Let's go basic electronics
All right.
to try and figure out how the shit this is powered and what it does.
Okay. Roll me a basic electronics check, please.
Bonuses, negatives?
No bonuses or negatives for now. Just straight roll. Okay.
I succeed by 15.
All right. You begin poking around in it, and you notice that it's definitely very old. But you kind of can tell, okay, this is the capacitor that does this. This is what it does that. You understand. You begin to understand the function of how it works. You know that it has an internal sorting mechanism and a mechanical arm designed to place books at appointed places on the shelves. You're having trouble finding out how to turn it on, but you notice something very strange. As you begin fiddling around with the machine, you notice that you feel the machine a little bit, like it's like there's a way, a method, a means of examining the machine further. And while this is a little confusing at first, you begin to understand this doesn't mean with your eyes or your hands. That it's like, you know what I'm saying.
So it's kind of like psychic diagnosis, how that works for Isaac, but
Yeah,
not
actually,
really.
that's a very good way to look at it. You get the kind of feel similar to a psychic diagnosis, but on the machine. You feel like the machine, there's more to it there than you've ever noticed before, and you feel like if you concentrated on it, you could learn more.
I would like to try and concentrate on it.
Do you want to actually cast?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll spend the ISP if I'm allowed to.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I am spending the ISP.
All right. Kind of following, whether it's instinct, whether it's something else, you kind of follow this instinct and you place your hands upon it and you concentrate on it, much like you do for psychic diagnosis. And all of a sudden, the machine opens up to you in a strange way that's new to you. You are inside the machine. You feel the machine. You know every nook and cranny of this thing. You understand what every gizmo is, what every gear does, where the on switch is, how it works, how you could disassemble it, how you could fix it, how you could even maybe improve it. You understand all of this for as long as you touch it. The second that you stop like touching it and concentrating on it, the intimate knowledge of it fades, leaving only a glimpse, a fragment of what you knew when you were touching it, but still giving you a much greater understanding of what it is and what it does before you diagnosed it, before you cast telemechanics on it. So you know where the on button is, you know a lot about it, but the exquisite detail is gone the second you stop concentrating on it.
Okay. Then I'm going to turn to Lucas and go, well, that was weird. Anyways, this is the on switch. This is how you do this. You feed a book into here, and then it just does this and this.
Luke goes, no. That's all I needed. And he goes over to where the on switch was and tries to turn it on.
That's all you...
Isaac, you know that the power source has long since decayed. It runs on electric batteries.
Luke is flicking, clicking, spinning, whatever the on button is, back and forth.
It doesn't have any power.
Lucas slowly drains all the emotion out of his face to a stern, solemn face, stands up slowly. Nah, whatever. Gets out.
Oh my god.
Guys, give me a second. I'll be right back. Take a restroom break, run to the restroom, do what you need to do. I'll be right back, folks.
We're just gonna make it to the machine and then just...
Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure.
Lucas? You're ridiculous.
Thank you.
So, any discoveries? Did y'all?
I found where the on button was. It sucks.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Lucas.
And we will pause here for a bathroom break. I will be right back.
All right.
I just want to make it known that all of that, stuff with the horse and everything, that was in character.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think you would just, be a dick to me for no reason at all. So
No.
I kind of figured that out.
You basically the equivalent of taking his pants and just putting them on while he's standing right there. That's what you basically did. You don't go up to a cowboy and just get on their horse without talking to them or anything. That's like their livelihood.
Well, in my defense, I've never met a cowboy, so lesson learned. So
yeah, I'll be back.
All right.
Right.
You have a humor factor?
Yeah. It's kind of like a horror factor, but with humor.
Oh, I must have read over that part. I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
How does that work exactly?
Differently than the horror factor. It's basically if whatever the time where I'm doing something that is actually semi-funny, people have to roll against my humor factor, and if they fail, they get slight penalties.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did that once before, and everybody saved, and they wanted to kick your ass. Yeah, I remember that.
No, that was my monologue.
Oh, okay. I thought it was that because it was a penalty with the monologue.
I'm supposed to have a 14 horror factor because I'm an Atlantean.
Yeah, you're so disfigured.
Horror.
Well, it's not even that. It's just Atlanteans are essentially superhumans.
It would be more of an awe than a horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of an awe.
There is supposed to be like an awe factor. I think when I was reading basically the equivalent of King Arthur, they basically have a horror factor to like supernatural beings and things like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Let's see.
People are just whisked away by your good looks.
So, I say sadly 12, mainly because I rolled minimal on my humor factor when I made the character. Excuse me.
Oh, you have to roll for that? It's not set?
It is not set, no.
Snatch skate, it goes up per level because I'm a Scythe Slinger as well. Like, Scythe Slingers start out at 8, but get a +1 for every couple of levels.
Oh, fine. You can charm your way out of a bank vault.
I probably can.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And just stare at it longingly, and just breaks open.
14 if undead slayer, 12 for the average Atlantean. Even humans tend to be awestruck when they realize they stand with or against a true Atlantean, is what it says for horror factor on them. So it's more of an awe type of thing.
I'm back.
I think I'm
Welcome.
over it. I think I've been over it.
Hi.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, besides Inferno.
Right. Besides Inferno, who's
Yeah.
recovering.
Poor Inferno. Poor Inferno.
I think
He has a headache.
Talavac in heart fried his mind.
It might be a thing. But
Yeah.
anyways.
Anyways. Mm-hmm.
So Isaac is going to turn to Lucas and go, so are you ready? You good?
Yeah, I'm just give me a moment. Yeah, I'm good.
What the hell was that?
I didn't get to turn it on.
Oh my Isaac is gonna reach into his pocket, pull out the gem, and put it into the circle. Right here.
Okay. The second you put it into the circle, 4 little latches spring up and connect to the gem to hold it in place, and the console starts to glow. The gem inside, you see it's a green clear gem. As I explained before, it's a clear green gem that looks like it has very tiny, almost an infinite number of tiny circuit boards and circuitry lines in it. The center of it, you start to see an orangish glow that looks like a miniature sun inside the gem, a very tiny sun. A ball of burning, boiling gas. And the second you see this, the entire computer console lights up and begins to whirl as text begins to appear on the monitors and scroll up faster than is almost possible to read. And as the whirling continues for a few minutes, you hear very faintly up above you a kind of crack. It's faint, but it's very sharp, almost like a thunderclap up above you. And then the computer goes dead once more and begins to smoke. And the 4 little latches that held the gem in place retract back down into the console. And the small, tiny sun that you saw inside the gem is no more.
I'm going to take the gem.
Okay. It feels empty.
Aw. That's kind of lame. Anyways. We started this. Come on. We need to kill it out of here.
Yeah, it's very bad. Yes.
Not what I wanted.
All right, Quicksilver, come on. Let's go.
What? Yes, what? Run! Right! Running! Got it!
Yes, back up the hole. Meet you up there.
Quicksilver runs past everyone straight for the hole.
Whoa!
Kicking up dust and everything. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. Okay. Well, at least he's enthusiastic. I'll give him that.
So you guys travel back up the cave, which doesn't take too much time, about 15 minutes or so, just like last time. When you get up to the top, you see Quicksilver turning around in circles. And when he sees you, he kind of lowers his head sheepishly and he goes, I didn't really know where to go.
No. I wanted you to stay here. It's a good thing.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Right. I mean, yeah, of course you did. Right.
All right.
So what
I'm
now?
gonna get on Quicksilver.
Okay. So you get on. Lucas, I assume you get on Applepalooza. Oh, you've already been on Applepalooza. You've been riding them, right?
Probably the entire time.
Oh God.
Takes his robot horse up to the thing. Why can't this fucking thing work? Beep,
Yeah,
beep.
he's reaching over to flip the switch. Okay. Does Talavac get on Quicksilver as well?
Not yet.
Okay.
I walk up to Isaac. May I?
Yes.
Okay, get on.
All right. Quicksilver says you might want to hold on to something.
Oh, wait. Keep pace with Applepalooza. But we're going that direction.
Quicksilver's like,
Okay.
first I have to jump out of the hole, Master.
I thought he was already out of the hole.
No. He was walking in circles right inside the hole.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And he says, so you might want to
Do I
hold
need-
on to something. Yeah, I'm going to need you to do a horsemanship check. Talavac,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let you know this right now.
Jumping.
I'm going to let you know this right now.
Mhm.
Not many handholds beyond, say, Isaac's waist.
Kiss and makeup.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Just hold on. That's all you
Okay.
need to do. Isaac's got this under control.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Talavac holds on to Isaac's waist as Isaac and Quicksilver leap out of the hole, very graceful like. It's an incredibly Lucas, you'd be the only one that could really see it. It looks like a prize horse going through an obstacle course. Quicksilver, for all his clumsiness, displays an amazing amount of agility as he soars out of the hole and lightly lands onto the ground above.
Like a Pegasus.
The
Now
entire
it's
time.
Applepalooza's turn.
Wait.
Huh? Uh-huh.
The entire time, Isaac is grimacing. And then when we finish the jump, he is going to lightly grab a hold of Talavac's hands and then pluck them from around his waist and drop them.
I'm good.
All right. Applepalooza's turn. Lucas, do you have any horsemanship skills?
Not only do I have horsemanship, so I have horsemanship professional.
Ooh.
Oh boy!
All right, sir. Go get him. All right. With an even more surprising amount of grace coming from the stubby-legged pony, the Applepalooza lights atop of the ground right behind Quicksilver as if it was no trouble whatsoever. In fact, it even manages to land in such a way that Lucas's outstretched legs don't even touch the ground.
Bow. Bow.
It's a good thing you still have it in you, and have it in me. Have it in both of us.
As you guys alight upon the ground, you notice that you can suddenly see. There is a bright blue light bathing the entire land around you in, I would say like a full moon type light, but imagine 5 to 6 times the intensity.
Oh god, it's the ley line, isn't it?
Mhm.
You look up, you don't see a ley line. What you do
Do
see...
I feel one?
Yes, you feel one, but there's something strange about it. First, you feel it coming from one single point, and it is intense, but it's less of a ley line and more of a ley point, which you've never experienced before. Lucas, you feel the same thing. As you look up, you see an incredibly bright blue, the same shade of blue that a ley line is, point high above you.
Like a spotlight?
More like a radiant, tiny star that shines upon the land.
Mm.
Let's beat cheeks back to the second chat.
Oh, so it's coming from down, from above.
Coming down from above. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. You guys travel back to the second chance.
During
Yes.
Partway through that, Lucas will actually go, "You know, it's a funny story how I even got this thing."
Oh?
Yeah, I kind of won in a bet. Show pony and everything. It's pretty neat.
Cool. This was my grandfather's horse.
You actually see Quicksilver looking at Isaac, and very curtly, Quicksilver says, "She is not a thing."
Hmm?
He called her a thing. She is not a thing.
What? I...
Am I a thing?
No. Because you're a living being. She doesn't have an intelligence.
That's rather rude.
I'm sorry. I don't know how else to phrase it.
She may not be as quick as me, but we aren't all perfect.
Am I
Isn't
hearing
that
any
right?
of this?
The Applepalooza doesn't respond.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
What'd you say?
He said that she isn't a thing. She's a
Who's not a thing?
Applepalooza. I think he wants you to treat her better. I don't know.
I love and care for her. She's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the prize.
Is that better, Quicksilver?
Yeah, hearing that, Quicksilver like nods his head and gives a small whinny.
Back to the ship.
As you guys run off towards the ship, you haven't covered more than you've gotten into the mountains and just started beyond when you start to hear sirens blaring in the city.
Okay.
And you guys are traveling back to the ship. You're about only a good 5 miles from the ship, right?
Well, maybe.
I'm saying when you guys are about. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said right. I should ask the question. I know the answer. You're about 5 miles from the ship. Did any of you, Talavac? You're bringing your normal armor, right?
Yeah, my stealth armor.
Does this armor have a radio installed in it?
That's up to you. I didn't get the details.
Most body armor has a radio installed in it, so I would assume this one does as well.
You know what? I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, I will bring I would have brought my earbuds.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
You hear, boss?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Attaching what?
So, I heard something that I thought you guys might want to listen to. Turns out the people here use radio waves, but they're pretty archaic, and I broke it the first day I was here. Listen to their chatter, things like that. Nothing really interesting, but you guys said you were going to a village, Baker's Village, right?
Yeah, a while ago. What?
Yeah. No, there was just some radio chatter considering it, or that included it. Thought you guys might want to take a listen. It sounds,
What's
odd.
happening?
Here, I'll play it for you. And then you hear a feed coming through the radio. And it seems to be a conversation between two people. And the conversation plays out something like this. Hi, one. I think I may have discovered the disturbance. What causes the light? Well, pray tell, Initiate. Yes, sir. I think that someone has insulted the mad gods. Well, that's obvious, initiate. Who? Sir, I noticed as I was going by Baker's village, they are digging a hole. Sir, I think they're trying to build an underground shelter. What? No one ever gave them permission to do that. I thought so too, sir. Maybe they've insulted the gods. I think no. That must be it. Quickly. Send the beast. Raise the village to the ground. Destroy everything there. Maybe we can appease the gods before they do something worse.
Oh, shit.
Of fucking course. Isaac says, loud yelling over the sound of all of this while we're riding.
What's our you said 5 miles from the village or the ship?
5 miles from the ship.
Okay.
You're going at about 50 miles an hour, so 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Guys, they're gonna
Yes?
kill everyone.
I know. We need to get to the ship and we need to destroy the beast.
Just making sure.
Unless
I'm going to
you
try
guys want to let all of these people die, I would really like to save these people because I don't like innocents dying.
Wait, was there stuff over the radio?
Yes. Apparently, the Radiant are sending the beast to Baker's village because we turned on the machine.
That sounds dumb. Let me talk to them.
I can't take out my earbud and throw it to you at 75 miles an hour.
I don't know about all that.
You hear back over the radio, boss, what's the beast?
The big Palladium that grounded our ship.
Well, let's find a way to sugarcoat it, but there you go.
Oh.
There's no need to sugarcoat it.
And we're taking it on?
We have to. Right. Otherwise, hundreds of people will die.
You hear like a small voice in the other end. Right. Well, I guess I will start the ship up then.
Yeah,
very
good.
Do
that.
Very good. Very good.
Make sure the engines are warm for when we get there.
Okay. And then transmission cuts off. You guys race to the ship. The ramp to the second chance is lowered. The running lights are already on as the ship is already powering up to take off. Xavier is in the pilot seat. For the sake of the argument, until Xavier gets back, I will simply say that he pilots the ship wherever you need him to.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, quickly, out of character. That whole discussion was in character, but out of character, we are okay with taking on the beast, or do we want to back off?
Out of character. I would like to talk with them.
You would like to talk with them? Okay.
Yes.
David?
Out of character, I believe that we need to do something to at least divert it away, because this thing will level that village.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
All right. So then the next point would be for Lucas to talk over the radio to these Radiants, correct? That's what you want to do? All right, let's move on to that scene then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys get onto the second chance.
Scramble to the freaking weapons and get them ready.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to talk to what's her face? Oh,
LaVine?
LaVine. Yes. But I will handle that after Lucas is talked on the radio.
Okay. Lucas, so what does Lucas do?
He gets on the ship and is like, all right, I want to talk with him. How do I talk with him? Heart, how do I talk with him?
Heart's head pops out of the engine bay. What?
I want to talk to the men on the who gave you the message. I want to talk with them.
The message? Oh, the thing I played for you?
Yeah.
Oh, that was just radio transmissions I intercepted. They didn't really give that to me.
Ah. What's the frequency?
Give me 1 second. I can pipe it through to the cockpit.
Lucas strolls over to the cockpit.
You see like the consoles are lit up, and then over the PA system. Okay, I've broken through their encryption. The only thing I can give you though is a general broadcast. I can't give you anything specific. So, pretty much anyone within about 500 miles is going to hear this.
That's fine.
Well, anyone that has a radio, I should say.
That's fine.
Go nuts, Lucas. What the hell?
Lucas turns on the radio and makes sure that this thing is on.
Uh-huh.
Hey, is this thing on? He says over the radio.
All right. Give me a second.
Oh, Squee has to mentally prepare himself.
More like I was caught up in what everyone was doing. I didn't take time to think about what would happen. Okay. You hear... Whoever this is an encrypted channel. You are to get off immediately.
Hey, is that any way to talk to your god? Anyway, just to give you a heads up, I kinda gave you guys a signal. It's kind of like to my, arrival.
He's also drunk.
Give me a second. Lucas. Let's see here. Lucas, do you have any sort of trust?
I do.
What do you have?
I have precisely trust and intimidate.
Okay. Okay. Roll me a trust and intimidate at a minus 25. So make it harder by 25.
Okay.
As you try to convince the man that the other voice on the radio is...
I succeed by 34.
Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Take it away,
Okay.
Sham. Take it away, Sham.
You, there's a long pause, and then... I
can see
like,
you're in
stuttering,
awe. I can see you're in awe of my magnificence. I know I'd be. Heard you guys kind of got a few mixed signals. Sorry about that. So I told this village over there that they could dig a hole, and you guys thought the complete opposite. So I kind of had to step in a bit.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I need you to tell me what the last 6 words were.
So I needed to step in a bit.
Okay. Because I think the laughter just kind of drowned everything else out.
Yeah.
You hear in the background, like whoever this is obviously hasn't taken their hand off the, like they were going to transmit, but then you hear like in the background,
That can't be a god. Well, who else could hack in this radio channel? It's impenetrable. I designed it myself. It has to be a god. It's not a god. Gods don't give them the right to give it. We do. Well, apparently he does. My lord?
Yeah?
I thought that, we spoke in your name. This is different.
Yeah, you could call me, like, the sixth one. That's cool.
Yes, my sixth lord. I'm sorry, you've never reached out to us like this before.
Yeah, coming in, thought you guys might know. Gonna do some pretty cool things to the planet. Yeah, so I just wanted you guys to know a bit more clear that I'm a-coming. Really, any other worship I could probably like to do over this radio frequency so I could hear it better. Thank you for your loyalty and devotion. 6 out. And you'll freaking
6 out.
My lord, wait, my lord.
Yeah.
Oh God, thank God he didn't go.
You thank
he's a
me, not any other. It's the 6th you should be thanking.
I'm sorry, say thank you. That's right. He wouldn't have said thank God. You know, he would say, oh, praise be, you didn't go, though you're a god, where would you go? We sent the beast in your name, Lord, to punish the village. You're saying that you gave him permission?
Oh, yeah. Totes did that.
I think I'm gonna have to consult my superiors, my lord, sir, and that can take some time. I don't know if I have...
Are you going to make a god wait? That's very rude.
No, I mean, no, of course. No, I would, you said, okay, I'm calling off the beast. Sir, we don't mean to make you upset, and in fact, we're going to get our priests in here to worship you over this channel like you commanded, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, you've been a great dude so far. Hopefully I don't just kind of switch on you guys and go all wrathy. Oh, boy.
What's it?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of good thing. You think dude's a good thing? I don't know, but he said it. Thank you, 6th one, sir. We're gonna call up the beast now. Over and out, sir. Rolled a flippin' 6.
Oh my fucking
God.
Inferno's gonna flip his shit when he
Yeah,
hears
he is.
So let me tell you guys what happens. From what you know.
Well,
First, you see LaVine staring at you this entire time with a raised eyebrow.
yeah, I still have to handle that RP. That happened at the same time as this.
Yeah, is it safe to say it happened in the same location or around the same location?
Sure.
So let's handle that first.
Yeah. So this was all going on in front of LaVine,
Yes.
is what you're saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I was just about to say that we were going to take out the monster, but I think that it's gonna get called off. And he's just gonna give her a small thumbs up.
Did he just pretend to be who I think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did he just convince them to call off what I think?
Yeah. Because otherwise we were gonna have to take them on our ship, which our ship kind of lost last time.
Huh. She looks
Yeah.
at Lucas.
So, question: Are you gonna be staying around here? Like, are we gonna drop you off back on Siren, or are you with us for the long haul?
Oh. Your friend didn't tell you? I paid for passage to another... I want to see another place, another world. I
cool.
paid quite handsomely for it.
Cool. Isaac is gonna turn to the rest of the crew and go, so, when we get back to center, hope it's alright with you guys, but I'm going to take a cut out of my cut. I'm gonna get her a new leg, okay? Is that fine with you guys?
I stand up, pull my mask off. That'd be great.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
Yep, that's right.
You pull your mask off and LaVine...
Wait,
Give me a second, give me a second.
Wait.
It's
It's okay. It's okay. He's
Hang on,
part
give
of
me
our
a
crew.
second.
Yeah.
Okay. LaVine's second eyebrow raises as apparently a very hard to shake grizzled older woman. She's like in her 50s. Looks at Talavac and goes, okay, so that's a thing. Question. She points at Talavac. Are you a Thaladian?
He isn't.
Oh, well, I'm...
You're not a Palladium.
I mean...
Don't...
No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you... Well, you're obviously not from around here. No, this is fine. I think I'm going to go sit down for a second. I know, she points to Isaac. You said something about getting me a new leg. I will process that later. And then you're hobbling away.
Wait. You get a choice of an actual leg or a robot one. Wait.
Oh, look, I'm sorry about the ruse. I had to do that for our safety, you understand?
She raises up a hand, not even turning to look at you guys. I'm going into the back room. I am going to sit down. I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to try and keep from going insane. When I am done with this, I will be back, and I'm sure we can talk. But unless you would like to see an older woman freak out, I suggest you let me do this.
And I welcome you to the second chance.
She starts hobbling away going, thank you.
I just look back at
And
you
she-
guys. Look, I'm sorry, guys. There's no way I could keep up the guys anymore. I've been wanting to bust out of this for a long time.
Yeah, but we didn't have to do it now, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, we already showed her the ship. What is that? Does my visage actually more
She
shocking?
is from a planet where lizards regularly eat people. Maybe telling her or showing her that immediately after we were talking about getting her a new leg and also pretending to be a god was a bad idea. I'm just saying the timing was probably not great.
Well, when is the timing ever great?
Tomorrow!
I wanted to do
Not
it today.
right now!
I wanted to do it. I had to strike now while the iron was hot, man. Come on, give me a break, huh? Look, I had to get it out in the open, right? The sooner
Yes,
she knows,
yes,
the sooner
I
she can
understand.
process it. You know, hey, if that's how you wanted to do it, fine. But me, I was just tired of playing that role. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
You hear an actual Lucas. There's a beep on the intercom. It's almost like a hail.
Is there like an audio only thing?
It looks like it's coming from inside the ship, actually.
Oh. Is there an audio only sort of thing?
Yes, there's an audio only switch. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna flip that on.
And you hear Hart's voice. Sorry, I heard a lot of yelling up there. I'm not interrupting a moment, am I?
Lucas then flips on the microphone to her.
Flips off the microphone.
Flips off the microphone.
I just want to let you guys know, I'm picking up radio chatter. Apparently, they're calling off the beast.
Good.
I don't know what you guys did,
Fantastic.
but so that's good, right?
Are they praising?
Yeah. I was getting to that.
Okay,
and
then everything's
her
good.
Voice cuts off, and you hear chanting coming over the radio.
Yeah, then
And
everything's
it goes back
great.
to her. It goes back to her. Lucas,
Yeah.
what the hell is that?
They're praising the Sixths.
Do I even
Isaac
want
is
to
going-
know?
Isaac is gonna walk.
Yes,
up
actually.
To Isaac
Sorry,
is gonna
yes,
walk
Isaac.
up to the microphone and kind of lean in and go, he kind of pretended to be a god. Oh, by the way, there's something I found in the catacombs that I want to tell you about. You're in the engine room, right?
You don't hear a response, but within about 5 seconds, you hear the sound of feet slapping against metal as Hart comes racing all the way across the ship and bursts into the room and goes, yes?
You know, you didn't have to run all the way up here. Anyways, so that book sorting machine, the details are kind of fuzzy, but when I was touching it, I could kind of see how every piece fit together and all the nuts and bolts and everything like that. It was kind of cool. And he's going to go kind of into detail about all he could remember about how it worked and all of that.
About halfway through, Lucas is going to tap you on the shoulder, standing behind you.
Huh? What?
I have a bit of a more of an important question. Hart, have you been working on that whole looking at the database on that freaking thing's head so we can transmit whatever signal it has into that thing?
Yes, we need to do that.
She looks at Isaac and looks at Lucas and goes, oh, yeah. Hours ago. She waves her hand. And then goes back to Isaac.
Okay, good.
So... She goes, wait, so... Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So when you touched this machine, was it kind of like opening up a box of infinite knowledge about the machine? You kind of fell into it, felt lost.
I was hoping you were going to say box of chocolate. God damn it.
Sort of, not
I mean,
really.
six,
It was
damn
more,
it, excuse me.
It was more like opening up a book in my head.
She grabs Isaac by the wrist without saying a word and starts pulling him towards the engine room. No, I'm sorry,
God,
towards
what?
her room. Towards her room.
What? Oh, God!
She opens the door and pulls you inside, which is the first time you've seen Hart's room. Again, all sorts of mechanical schematics and equations drawn on the wall in bright pastel colors. She opens up a small drawer in her footlocker and pulls out a tiny spherical metal ball that's smooth on the outside, and she puts it in your hand. And she says, do it. Do what you were describing.
Okay. I will spend 10 ISP.
Wow.
And I will use telemechanics.
Your mind, as you open up your mind to this machine, is flooded by the sheer complexity of this small spherical ball. It is immensely complex and complicated with tiny little circuits and gears and everything that you can imagine inside it, to built in a maze that is beautiful, is really one of the only words that can come to mind. So much so complex that it boggles your mind. You're kind of overwhelmed by it. And before you pull out, as you explore this thing the best you can, you realize that this machine does nothing. It's incredibly complex, but has no actual purpose as far as you can tell. And when you break contact, you actually have a small headache from the sheer immensity of what you just explored.
Ugh, got another one of those. Ugh.
Heart's looking at you with wide eyes.
So why do you have a machine that does nothing?
Her eyes light up and she goes, you could tell its purpose. She jumps up on the bed to get some height, grabs you by the head and kisses your forehead, and then like wraps around you like in a piggyback style, screaming like happily. And she goes, "You're like me." That device, she points like over your shoulder to the device in your hand, is a device solely used to test and train those of us who have telemechanics. Telemechanics, she says, if you don't know, is the ability to, well, do what you said. Look into machines. Makes us wonderful mechanics. It's rare to find someone like that.
Huh. Well, I got that from touching the gem the first time.
Yeah, I did
Kind
too.
of just like, it was like a knife in the brain.
It is very disconcerting the first few times. It takes some training and time to get used to. I'm imagining you probably have a bit of a headache right now.
Yeah, but that'll go away.
Yeah, this device,
Yeah.
when you can, well, I always call it diving, but when you can dive into it and explore its workings and not get a headache, it'll mean that you are very skilled. It's designed simply for that purpose. It has no purpose other than to be complicated and to explore and push your limits.
And to give you a headache.
Well, it was made by the Prometheans. They do tend to do things like that.
What's a Promethean?
Prometheans. The people who built Center. They didn't build it, but they run it, certainly. Center's their planet. They made all the phase technology, the technology that no one's ever been able to figure out.
I don't think I've seen one.
All right,
A
we're
Promethean.
kind of new to all this. Oh, no, I'll tell you as a GM. No, you have seen them, but well, she'll say, oh, no, you've seen them. You probably just didn't notice. They're everywhere in Center. Okay. Okay.
Next time when we're back on Center, just point one out to me, and I'll probably figure it out.
Will do. But this is amazing. And then she slides off your back, and then she runs like out the door. Lucas! Yes. Lucas, first of all, Isaac said you pretended to be a god.
I did that.
That's really, really, really cool.
For a second there, I thought they weren't going to believe me, but I put on the charm.
She nods as if you were saying A comes before B. like just, yeah, obviously. And then she says, and Isaac can read machines with his mind. Isn't that amazing? I mean, he's not as good at it as I am, but I mean, come on, who is? But that's still...
Lucas, you hear the patting of Lucas's feet down the hallway while he then peers over into the into your room, or into, I guess,
Heart's room.
Heart's room. He peers inside. Hey, Isaac.
Huh? What?
He goes up right next to your ear. Congratulations.
What? Hey,
Apparently, Hart
What?
thinks you have a fantastic gift with your mind.
oh yeah, that's apparently a psionic power that I manifested.
Hart's head pops in. It's more like a gift that he hasn't, unwrapped and given to himself yet.
That, and he's just gonna point at Hart. That.
The flip? Why didn't you open up gifts sooner? How can you not freaking just look at it like a big red present and be like, I'm gonna freaking tear that thing asunder?
Hart
Lucas?
nods her head as if Lucas just said A comes before B.
Lucas, this is a quirk that sonic gunslingers have. Every once in a while, we just manifest a psychic power, and we have to learn how it works and all of that. I've just got this one. Relax.
Hart nods. I got it when I was 12. It was a very confusing time in my life. For me and Pa. Whew.
That far back.
Huh.
Interesting.
She nods. You don't get to be as good at machines as I am without some sort of special, genius or insanity or psychic powers. Luckily, I think I've got all three.
I think you also do.
Fairly sure that Xavier would agree. Fairly sure Xavier would agree with the insanity part, but yeah.
And I'm no
So-
psychic. I'm out.
So what now, boss?
Which boss?
She looks at both of you.
Well,
I think
Go-
she's talking to you.
go
And he's
to-
gonna walk out of the room.
don't walk. Oh,
What do you want?
go get on the radio again and tell the Radiant that it's okay for settlers to create shelters
Why?
so that they're protected from the storms.
Are we gonna fix the storms?
Although, right, I have a headache.
Righto.
Let's go. I'm gonna lay down. You guys have fun. And
God,
and
reliable.
Isaac's gonna walk out of Hart's room and go straight across the hall to his room and just collapse on the bed without closing the door.
You open the door. Actually, well, first you open the door and find Quicksilver in there.
God damn it! Get out of my goddamn room! Your room is down the hall, right there. Get over here. Get
You
over
guys
here.
outside hear Isaac yelling, and then Quicksilver kind of like running, not running, but like trotting out of the room quickly, and then stops and looks at Lucas. What's Master's problem?
He I think psychically developed a headache. Something like that. Something about him going through psychic puberty or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Quicksilver nods and then walks away.
God damn it, Piph.
So so here's the deal. As a GM, I expected things to be a bit more intense, but
Yeah.
you guys never fail to surprise me.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: we could handle this kind of narratively if you like. There is no longer at the moment, a big giant threat that requires your immediate attention. You have about 23 hours or so. Hart has already removed the codes from the robot brain and put them in the computer at per request. All you have to do is to fly within 30 feet of the device to transmit the codes to it.
We will do that.
We would
Okay.
like to do that.
Yes.
Alright.
Also, GM,
So,
I would like to concentrate for a minute while Isaac is in his room and actually there without frickin' Quicksilver taking up the entire room.
Mhm.
I would like to concentrate for a minute and use bioregeneration to hopefully get rid of this headache.
Okay, sure. You do. It does lessen the headache almost to the point where you can just ignore it. But you notice when you try and heal it, you know that there you've done this well enough to know there's two kinds of headaches. There's tension headaches, which are headaches that are caused by blood pressure in the brain. It's a physical problem, like migraines and the like.
Yeah.
Then there's
Yeah.
headaches which are like stress headaches, which is kind of your mind aches because it's been overloaded. Those are harder to heal. One you can heal completely. The other one you heal to the point where it's the back of your mind. You can ignore it. You can push it to the side. But at this point, it's just rest. You need rest, kind of thing.
That
But
sounds fantastic.
But you're able to lessen it enough that it doesn't affect you at all. It's something that you can easily ignore.
Cool.
And then there are hangovers.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
there's hangovers, which
Yeah.
fire regeneration. I don't know if fire regeneration can rehydrate the body. I'd have to look at it, but if it can, then you're good to go.
It probably can't rehydrate the body, but it will take away the headaches and pains and all of that.
Yeah,
Because it literally says you can heal anything except for regrowing limbs and stuff like that without any scars.
Right, and I don't mean to suggest that your power was in any way, shape, or form.
No, I
ineffective.
understand.
Yeah.
It's cool. I understand.
All right.
Yeah.
So, unless anyone has a role play, we can handle this narratively. Xavier flies the second chance up through the sky. Now, the only thing is the device is about 1,000 feet off the ground. So, well, it's probably a bit more than that, about 1,000 or 2,000 feet off the ground. But the point is, in order to get close to it, you are going to be very clearly visible to the city below you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Lucas will get back on the radio horn while he's approaching.
You find, actually, when you get back on the radio horn, that the transmission is effectively being jammed in the sense that it is continuously broadcasting chanting. Like they're not letting go of the receiver button as they continue to chant praises to the sixth.
Dude.
Oh, that's fine. Lucas will have it on as background sound.
I actually have an idea. I have
Yeah.
a great idea.
Well, I did say that I was coming.
Huh?
I did say that I was coming. The sixth was coming, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, what we could do is if this ship actually has like a bullhorn or something, because we can't directly talk to them, we can just shout it out to the entire the entire city. Hey guys, don't mind me. I'm just, I'm gonna seal. I'm here, but I'm gonna fix the clouds for you. Okay, bye. Something like that.
Along those lines, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Do you want to do that, Piph?
Uh-oh, silence. I hear thinking.
So,
You hear
I think
thinking.
that should be fine. Yeah. If you guys want him to, because he's generally like, this is fine. I'm good with this. But if you're just like, freaking go over the bullhorn and tell them shit, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. Like,
I'm here to entertain.
yeah. Put on your entertaining glasses, the one with the nose, and and entertain them, sir.
Okay. I feel I don't like to speak for PCs that aren't here.
Mhm.
But I will bring out, because I think that Xavier would at least mention something about, do you want to do this as the sixth or as one of the three gods?
I like it when
That's all
he
I'm going to
says
say,
it.
and leave it completely in your court because I'm not a PC. But I think that it's fair to say Inferno would at least mention it or bring it up or something.
Yeah, I think he would have mentioned that we shouldn't have said the sixth, but said one of the guys from the triumvirate.
See, if I said that, then
Yeah,
they
that
would
would
get
not have-
really upset and say, like, no, our gods is the true gods. I had to go by their ear.
Yeah.
Oh, I got an idea. Why don't you announce to the people that the Six have to leave this planet?
Oh, yeah.
They might
Yeah.
send. They might.
They have to
That
leave.
would be very interesting.
And they'll never be seen again. And I'm sorry, it's been real, but we got to split. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actually perfect. Okay.
But just make sure that we need enough time to beam the code into the machine.
I'd say we hit it right after he says his speech, and then boom.
Yeah. Hey guys. Stuff.
Yeah, I like that. We should try that.
Okay.
Okay.
See if I could remember all of this.
All right, man, game face.
Alright.
All right. So let me set the scene. So, this is before you guys change the terraformer, right?
Yes.
So you lower the ship. In order for the PA to work, you'd have to lower it within a few hundred feet of the city.
Okay.
So a large unicorn lowers out of the clouds of the night, above the city, floating above the city,
Having just
a
her
few
freaking
hundred feet.
silhouette above them.
Being silhouetted by the giant blue light. And if you look down, you can see people staring and pointing and gasping. And you click on the PA and take it away.
Hey guys, I'm here, the sixth, the cool one, really. So I've arrived and brought some glorious news and things like that. So I've been talking to my bros, and we've all decided, like, I think you guys are ready to kind of make it on your own. Also, we met some pretty cool guys along the way, called the Triumvirate. Let's see if I can remember their names. What are their names?
Patum, somebody, I forgot.
Patum,
Oh,
Dearest, Seslios.
That's right.
Names
Patum,
are
god of the
Patum.
sun. Dearest,
Freaking let me.
dearest god of the
I
storms.
can't remember
Sorry,
if
I'm
you
just
talk
saying.
over me like this. Okay, hold on. Freaking Dearest, Patum, and who?
Okay, give me a second. I'll pull it up for you.
Seslios.
Yeah, Seslios.
Okay. Seslios, god of trade.
Alright, I have a really bad memory, so when I try to start something and you say like another name, my memory stops.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll just type it in. I'll type it. It's
Thank
cool.
you.
I should be able to pull it up and actually copy paste it to you a little bit faster. Give me a second. Let me go to my handy dandy name sheet, which has names for everything.
Why you want to hurt Piph like that, Burn?
I don't think he wants to. I think he wants to help.
Well, he's helping by
I'm
hurting.
really just trying to help.
Yeah, he's trying to help. It's fine. No worries. No worries here. I'll where is it? Where is it? Let me go down here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm going to just copy paste the prayer. Yeah, oh, there you go. And if you want, there's that too.
That was the
Right.
prayer that Inferno made on the fly.
All right. There's gonna be Padam, god of the sun, bringer of justice. Diros, the goddess of storms. She's kind of hot. Bringer of the storms. Which she's actually going to be bringing some pretty neat ones around. And, Seslios, the god of trade. Generally, he's the smart one, and, he's pretty good at the whole compromise thing. That's how we got into this situation anyway. Myself and a few of the other ones are gonna go. I think number 2, the one that likes to point at people, is gonna hang around, and we're kind of trying to distance ourselves from the other one. He's kind of bringing down the party vibes, and yeah, the one you call the Beast. We're kind of gonna disown him. Just let him down lightly, if you would. So yeah, we're gonna introduce them now. Activate the thing.
Yeah, activate thingy.
Heart goes, what thingy?
Do the transmission for the. For the transmission.
Heart looks around to see if anyone else knows what Lucas is talking about.
The one you got from the robot.
Oh, we have to fly closer to it, don't we?
Yes. People, it looks like my time's kind of up. This is my goodbye. You guys have been great. Nice city. But, then reign in the new gods go, triumphant. And, bring up the ship.
Yeah, Xavier will rise up the ship to within 30 feet. I'm not gonna have him roll a piloting check. I'll just say that he manages to do it. You transmit the codes, and the second you transmit the codes to the terraformer, something miraculous happens. From the terraformer, the point where the terraformer device is, the ley line begins to radiate out from it. The code you transmitted to it is a limiting code. It limits how much energy the terraformer actually takes from the ley line. So instead of sucking up the entire ley line, it begins to emerge back to where it used to be. And it spreads out very slowly and majestically into about 6 miles in either direction as a very large ley line, one of the largest you've ever seen. It casts a soft blue glow upon the land around you, not the harsh, bright pinpoint light that it was, but a more soft glow over the grounds. And as the ley line begins to extend, both Lucas and Isaac, you suddenly feel a surge of energy within you. Things feel less hollow and more powerful. Out of game, you have your spells and your powers could do MDC damage again if you wanted them to. As you feel like a part of yourself is returned, like a part of what you know of yourself is as strong as it should be. And the device itself, now that it's not a glowing pinpoint of light, you can see that it is made of metal and about 2 stories tall and round. It looks like a round egg-like object with the narrow end pointed downwards, and it slowly spins. And as the ley line begins to spread out again, the clouds below you start to thunder, and you can tell on the radar systems and the like that it begins a gentle downpour. Then Once the ley line has completely reemerged, the terraforming device disappears. It phases out of existence into another dimension where it can no longer be touched or damaged. And then you are left simply floating near the glow of a large ley line with clouds several hundred feet below you where you can see soft ripples of lightning near the tops of the clouds.
Okay, this is a
That's
good
great.
idea. This is a good idea for us to take altitude and just disappear into the sky.
Well,
Not yet.
there's also the disappear into the sky, yes, not leaving the planet, no.
No.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Let's
need to
disappear
go.
into the sky.
We
Yeah.
need to go back
Yeah,
down to the area where
The cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, you headed to the cave?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
the
heading
cave
up, then over, then down.
Which cave are we
Yes.
talking about? There's a lot of caves.
There's a
With the golden hovercraft and most of our gems.
Oh, you mean your cache cave?
yeah,
Mhm.
Yes,
Oh.
our cache cave.
the cache
Kind
of
of
cache.
important. Kind of important. I understand.
Yeah. Just a little bit important. Yeah.
Little bit. Dad. Got it. All right. So you guys head back to your cache cave. No problem whatsoever. As you notice that there are usually when you fly through Siren, and I described this before, usually in the distance somewhere you can see a terrible storm raging. You don't see that anymore. You do see several gentle showers, and you also see a lot of areas that are clear with no clouds whatsoever. But you have no problems whatsoever traveling to the cave and landing. And we can handle this narratively unless you guys don't want to. Talavac can, of course, drive the golden hovercraft into the ship if you choose to take it.
Woohoo!
And you guys
Yeah,
can collect your loot.
I knew specifically that you wanted that hovercraft, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So that's why we made sure to not get all of that stuff yet, because there was a bit of a debate about leaving the hovercraft or not.
I would say this.
Good.
As
got
you
that.
guys are flying back to the cave, LaVine is going to come up to you guys, and she looks much calmer. Which is weird because she didn't look that frazzled to begin with, but comparatively, she looks calmer, and she says, "I'm not quite sure what happened, but what did you guys do?"
Depends on what you're asking, but I'm going to assume that it was something to do with the whole blue light thing, and you could probably feel this too. That's a ley line.
I was gonna say, I feel so much energy running through me. It's
Oh, yes. Be careful with that, because a lot of your spells are going to be a lot more dangerous now.
yes, I can feel. What did you do?
Well, I think, how would I explain this to? Basically, there was a source of heavy magic called a ley line that was being sucked up by another dimensional, let's just say device, because I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, it's a terraforming device.
And that was kind of what was making all the weather wonky and all that other stuff. And
The
we
horrible,
found
horrible storms.
a way to fix it, so we did.
So now the storms are going to be calm and all of that.
She leans up against the wall and she says, "Okay, let me be sure I have all of this right. You guys are not from this place, but from another place beyond the stars.
Yes.
And correct me at any point if I'm wrong.
Okay.
You have come from beyond the stars. You have come here. You are telling me that the 6 gods are not real. That they, or at the very least, that I'm considering the fact that since you pretended to be one and they haven't struck you down, that's probably a good sign. But that the weather here was not caused by them, but by some sort of machine, and you have now fixed the machine.
Mm-hmm.
What does fix mean exactly?
It was drawing.
Repaired it.
It was drawing too much of the lane line, making it kind of not a ley line. So we had it so it didn't draw so much, but still did its job, which was weather so things could grow.
So, in other words, you have stopped the deadly storms and made it so that it will rain so that we can grow crops.
At least easier and probably more luscious and maybe varied crops, yeah.
And he's not a Palladium.
No.
The triumphant
And-
blessed all.
And you have the
Oh,
power
God,
to
don't
replace
start
my
that.
leg.
Through it, through technology, yes. Back where we came from.
LaVine closes her eyes, nods her head once, and says, "Okay. Just needed to know where we stand." I've never been one to get overly emotional, though I would say if ever there was a time in my life, it would be when I lost my leg and this moment right now.
Oh, you'll be over emotional if you hang around us long enough.
She
Looks back at
raises up her finger and she goes, "Dearie, I have had quite enough surprises from you for one day. Let's just save that for another time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think that I am going to go get some sleep. But I look forward to many, many more surprises." She says in like a wooden voice. She says, "If you guys bring this much to my own world, I can't even begin to imagine what else is out there."
Let's just say this much. You haven't seen anything yet.
She's seen plenty. She's seen plenty. Lucas is just gonna like stick out a hand, like, look.
Oh my god!
she-
Sorry.
No, yes,
Go
what?
ahead.
Oh, she
I
just
calculated.
uh-huh.
I calculated how much gems we got. Pebbles.
Uh-huh.
He's like, he can't
Here
speak.
is how much. Okay. This is making sure that everything is converted to non-glowing only, and this is only the extra stuff that we have. We will be getting this
You mean
much
not the
credits.
3,000?
83 million.
This is including the 3,000. Yes. 83,060,000.
Fuck you, Pa!
Hey, whoa. Hey. Whoa.
Wow.
Hey.
Hearts in the room. No, yeah, quite a bit of loot there.
Quite some cash.
Did you
yeah.
did you include what LaVine paid?
Yes, that is including what LaVine paid. What I did not include was Fennec's cut to us from his box.
Which was what, 30%, I believe. Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Hang on, I have that somewhere. His box was 3,000 stones, and where is? It's in Roll20. That's why I can't find it. It's a handout, I believe.
Yeah.
Fanix notes. Did he actually write down? Anyway, I'm going to say for now, I'll have to find it in the paperwork, but I believe it was a 30% cut because of how much effort you guys are going to have to go through.
Okay. So let's divide that by 5,000, and then add another. How much was that again?
3,000
You said
stones.
3,000.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 1,000 stones.
Yes.
times 5,000. That's 88 million.
Total 88 million.
Yep,
Wow.
88,060,000.
So a chunk of change, give or take. Now, obviously, this is not cash in the bank yet.
in the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely
It's
not.
not cash in the bank yet, but
Yes.
it is a lot of hardware.
It's like holding a winning
I'm-
lottery ticket.
I know. I'm really sorry for derailing, though. I'm pretty sure
Mm.
that you forgot what you were talking about, Squee. I'm sorry.
No, I did not actually. No.
Okay.
LaVine will nod and she'll hobble off to the Smuggler's Lounge. Actually, I should probably take you all back there.
LaVine, before you go, did we show you the kitchen and everything?
She she stops and she turns around and she nods and she says, "Oh yes, Lucas and I had quite the conversation in the kitchen."
Okay, so you know how the microwave works and all that stuff.
She suddenly looks like her face looks from a smile to like puzzled. The what now?
Gee, Isaac, let's not
Okay.
overwhelm her with anything, okay?
She needs to know how to cook food. Like, almost everything on this ship is either freeze-dried, frozen, like, in tin cans or
Now-
something.
now,
She'll
hold
rub
on.
some sticks together, okay?
Now hold on there, Isaac. She's had a long day. She can wait until tomorrow for this.
Oh
LaVine
Okay,
puts
fine.
up her hands to his
Tomorrow?
ears. How long is it going to take to get to this whatever place you're taking me?
6 weeks.
I think a couple of months, if I recall correctly.
Right.
6 weeks.
So I have time to sleep, and then you can show me the wonders, right?
Yes, go do that.
Great. She says, and then she starts hobbling off again towards the Smuggler's Lounge, Saboteur's Lounge.
Man, I'm starting to feel worse and worse about, springing all of this on her.
Well, she seems to be handling it very well.
Heart stands
Yeah.
next to Talavac, nodding her head. If I were her, I'd probably be breaking down in tears.
Well,
How
then
would I
lucky you're
take
not
it?
in her spot then.
No,
She
no,
looks
no.
at Talavac.
or something.
She looks at Talavac. What's a Palladium?
A big, scary monster and just go, "Urgh."
Lucas will Lucas will go over to Talavac and point at Talavac's face, kind of like this, but in different sizes.
Okay, wait, no. I'm confused now. You said big scary monster. You said looks like him.
Yeah,
He
but in
looks
different
cuddly
sizes.
to me.
Yeah, but some of them like down here and look very nice, but scream horribly, and some are like he sticks up his hand like really high up in the air, like this.
Heart starts nodding. Oh, okay. I have heard him do that. She looks at Talavac.
Okay, well, y'all have fun. I'm going to my quarters. Good night.
So, with this, are you guys headed out of Siren? Is there anything you have left to do on the planet?
I got my wheels. We got our beans.
Your bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think that we should probably wheel out of here, but here's the thing: we don't have everybody here.
Right.
Even
I'll
though
get with
Inferno
I'll-
did say that he will roll with the group's ideas.
Here's what I'll do. I'll get with Inferno
Mm-hmm.
later, and if there's anything he wanted to do, I will retroact it, either with him in a solo session or starting next session. We'll just retroactive real quick to do anything he needs to do. If you guys are ready to go, we don't have to wait. We can head out, and I can retroactive anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Hold
In
on.
my personal. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Just I accidentally opened up a window over the stream. Excuse me.
I personally think we've spent 11 damn sessions here. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm cool with Siren. It's just I'm ready to move on to something else.
Yeah.
I understand.
I think we've done everything we could here. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Lucas would just do stupid things if we stay here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys raise up out of the atmosphere and begin the long trek home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what we're going to do is obviously we're going to do a bit of time skipping, a bit of narrative. If anyone has any role plays, of course, let me know. I'm going to have you guys roll for maybe a few random encounters. Obviously, it's 6 weeks back to center, so I'm not going to say that's going to happen just now, but we're going to start the journey. I'll say this. My first planned role play is going to be maybe a week into the journey. If anyone has anything they'd like to do or say before then, let's take care of that first.
I have something about a day after we leave.
Okay.
Is everybody cool with me going first?
Yes.
Is that cool? Okay. Isaac will try and find Hart.
Okay. You will find Hart in her... Actually, yeah, okay. You're going to find Hart when she's not working on an engine or something that needs to be repaired. You will have Hart... Hart will be in her room with her door closed.
Isaac will knock.
After a few minutes, the door will open and Hart will stand in the door frame. Say, "Oh, hi, Isaac. Yes."
Hi. Would it be all right if you taught me more about that telemechanics thing that you were describing yesterday over the next 6 weeks?
Ah. Yes, of course. Yeah, I would love to. But give me like a day, like a few days. Give me like a few days and I would love to.
Okay. Also, I have a question for the engine room.
Uh-huh.
Would it be possible after we get to center to maybe set up a table for me? Like, would there be enough room, or do you need all the room there, or something like that?
How big of a table?
Because I'm kind of, well, about yay big, and I'm motioning like 6 feet long and 4 feet deep.
Well,
I'm kind of...
Oh no, she goes, "It's kind of cramped in there, but why do you want a table?"
Well, I've been trying to mess with my pistols in my room, and there's just not enough room in there. I'm kind
nods.
of I'm interested in maybe in engraving on my pistols and all that stuff.
Oh, I see.
So
Well,
Yeah.
Tell you what, boss, you're the boss. If you want to put a table in there, I'm sure we can find room. I would think there's other rooms too that we're not using right now, but it'd make it a little more cramped in there. But you're the boss,
Well, I
boss.
mean, yeah, but here, and Isaac will kind of motion for her to step out into the hall and start walking down towards the other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, the rest of the guys, they kind of wanted to modify the ship. I know we're not using this room or that room, but we were planning on making like a Starlock lounge, a bigger lounge for the crew, like over here, with like a bar and stuff like that, and maybe a place to park all of our vehicles, like over here. And the Smuggler's Lounge doesn't have a shower, so maybe we should put a shower and a bathroom right over there. And he's gonna start pointing out at different places and stuff like that.
She'll nod.
So there's not really much room, but I mean,
Well,
the engine room is kind of your wheelhouse.
she nods. Yes, it is. Let's
see what we can do. Maybe we can make some sort of fold-up table, something like that.
Yeah, that would be neat.
She nods and she says, "We can get it done. That's not a problem, and it might do you some good to spend time around machines."
Yes.
She nods, but kind of busy right now. Kind of,
Yeah, I'll see you in a few days.
yes, few days. Very exciting. See you then. And she closes the door.
Okay.
Okay
then.
All right. During this week time, what are other people doing?
I am discussing and sharing magic stuff with the nice lady.
Lucas, you find over the course of the week that LaVine is a very quick learner's not the right word. Very open-minded and quick to accept new things. It takes her maybe a few days to get comfortable with the ship and the concept of what's going on, but she will constantly bombard Lucas with questions of what is space, where are we moving, what do you mean faster than light, like questions that this kind of person would have. She would not be rude about it. She wouldn't pester him, but she would, if they're since they're probably going to be spending a lot of time talking about all kinds of things, she would pepper those into the conversation when she feels is appropriate. You'll also find that she is very experienced for her years. Not with this stuff, obviously, not with this world, but with the world she was in and just with life in general. She's a very experienced person and hard to phase.
I see. Most of the answers are going to be like, that sounds like a lot of complicated stuff. It would be mostly what Lucas says, because he does not know.
Okay, but she would also spend a lot of time talking about magic and how she feels that an untraditional approach is the best approach, and she would offer, as she said, to teach you what she knows, because she thinks that you have great potential. You're very powerful. She can tell that you're very, very strong. You're, as Lucas would call, fun points.
Yay.
You have a large wealth of them. And I shot you a list of possible spells to learn. And as always, the way to flavor this is these aren't the spells she's teaching you. These are what Lucas transforms them into.
Right.
If you could, over the course of the week, let me know which ones you're interested in, because during your travel back, I have some, if you're interested in, some lessons prepared for you, but they depend on what you're learning.
Okay. Is there a set number? Because I could probably chug one out, or if there's just like, these are the ones I'm interested in.
I'll let you know. It basically just kind of depends on, I forget how much time it takes to learn a spell and how dedicated
that
you
it
are.
is, if it's a dedicated go, I think it's a week.
Okay, so then we'll say you're not learning these from a scroll. You're having some instruction. I would say it's a 6-week trip. Yeah, we'll say 6 spells. 6 spells. Choose 6.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. Okay. Everything.
That's most of them, honestly.
Yeah, everything but the
That's
second one he would want to learn.
Got it. Okay. Well, then if you want, I'll prepare some nice little role play lessons that have to do with these spells.
Fantastic.
All right. This does mean, of course, that you will not have learned spoil, any of the other scrolls you picked up, but you still have them.
I still have them, just did not learn them.
No. Yes, correct.
I think he spent like a day like looking at one. It was just like.
All right, so I will. Like I said, next session we'll do some of that, but it's just so I know, which is good for me to know. All right. Other than that, yeah. So that's main. So basically, they're going to be spending a lot of the trip together. Is there any specific role plays you had in mind, or?
With the lady? I think he would probably demonstrate a few things, as well as, yes, there's one thing in particular. One day Lucas will actually come into the door, burst into wherever she is, and goes, "I just remembered something." Like weeks into it.
She nods at him calmly.
All right, I just need a little bit of your energy. I can finally do something I've always wanted to do.
She nods and says, "Well, don't take too much, dear."
Squee, if you would. Lucas is going to try to take 1 PPE.
Lucas can take 1 PPE.
You're so generous.
I know.
Lucas is then going to sit there and actually, like, plant both of his feet down with 2 big thuds and start almost, like, loudly chanting in the back room while wildly swinging his arms around in different, like, positions and poses and things like that. And at the end of it, the end pose is him, like, reaching up into the air and yelling for a pie. From it, a small light comes from his palm as it glows green and morphs itself into a pie, which is still, and probably even more so, glowing green.
LaVine looks at the pie and she goes, "That's interesting. What is it?"
I finally did it. After all these years.
I'm glad I could help you be a part of it, but what is it, dear?
By the way, this thing is straight up glowing.
Right, like radioactive glowing.
Like, it lights up the room glowing.
Got it.
And it pulses slightly as well. This is the mother of all pies.
Uh-huh.
He waves his hand around it. This is a nuclear bomb pie.
She scrunches her brows together. Okay, I'm not the most technological, but nuclear sounds bad. I'm assuming it's a pie that explodes in fantastic fashion.
We would have to test it out, but it also may not be safe to test out.
She nods.
I kind of used all of my magic to make this.
She nods. She's like, "Actually, you're kind of looking weak in the knees there, Lucas. Here." And she holds his wrist to kind of steady him and like lowers him to a sitting position, looking at the pie the entire time. Maybe we should be careful not to drop this.
Oh, that's fine. As he's holding the pie in one hand.
She nods and she says, "Well, how about next time, if you need to make one of these and I'm around, you take a little bit more energy so that you're not almost falling over? I really don't mind, dear."
But I was just so excited.
I know, and I'm proud of you.
I am proud of me too. I would hug it, but I'm afraid.
She nods. "Tell you what, next time we're somewhere where we can test this out, I would love to see what it can do."
Lucas sits there holding the glowing pie. I don't think I thought this through.
She's like, "Okay, now unsummon it,
That's not how these work.
Lucas.
What?
You can unsummon it, right?"
Lucas slowly shakes his head.
"Lucas, are you telling me you are holding a very dangerous live bomb that you have summoned that you can't get rid of?"
Well, when used, it goes away on its own.
"Yes, I understand that. can we make that plan B? Or further down the alphabet?
I don't know any other plan.
Is there any way to... And she motions like at a porthole. Put it out there? There seems to be lots of space there.
That may be a good idea.
She pauses and she goes, actually, now that I think about it, I haven't known you and your friends too long, but maybe we should find a way to do this without telling, well, certainly not Xavier.
I will try to keep it discreet.
In fact, tell you what, you sit right there. Mm-hmm. LaVine starts hobbling away. Isaac, or Talavac. Give me a second, actually.
Yes.
Give me a second. Isaac! LaVine kind of hobbles up to you and goes, Isaac, theoretically speaking, just curious, if I were to say want to get something off the ship and out there, how would I do that?
Well, what do you... The ship? I mean, do you...
Like, if there's just some...
Yeah,
some piece of trash or something that I didn't want on the ship anymore, and I just wanted it out there. And she gives a big motion towards space. Obviously, we can't just walk outside.
Well, we actually dash out because, well, I mean, we might be able to jettison it here, but we need to be careful because that's against the law in the Consortium of Civilized Worlds. We'll get a massive fine for that.
Is that where we are?
We're on the edge of...
Spoiler, you're nowhere near it. You're 6 weeks away at what, faster than light speed.
Oh. Yeah, we're nowhere near that, so I guess maybe. But what's the deal? What's going on?
No, I'm curious, learning new things about the ship.
Well, I mean, if it's a problem, like, mechanically, you can talk to Hart.
No, it's not a
Sure,
Hart.
she can help you out.
Her eyes grow wide. Yes, very good idea. Thank you, dear. And she starts hobbling away.
She's in her room. Do you want me to... I'll just reach out and knock on the door.
No. LaVine goes, oh, she pats Isaac on the cheek, says, oh, I have it, dear. It's fine. And then a few minutes later, LaVine comes back with Hart. And Hart has this big grin on her face, and she just goes, yes? When it's outside, can you make it go boom?
Yeah.
Let's do this. And very, like, okay, LaVine hobbles normally. Hart walks like she's trying to be sneaky towards the airlock. I don't know what Lucas is doing.
Lucas is trying his hardest to also be sneaky, but he's also freaking glowing green. Like if you're like in the next room and the Christmas tree lights are like beaming on and off, that's kind of what it looks like.
Is Talavac and Isaac, are you guys in your rooms right now? Are you out in a common area?
Oh, my room.
Okay. Talavac? Talavac, you're muted, sir.
Yeah, Dave, you're muted.
I did not do that. It did it on its own.
Ooh, that's impressive, actually.
Yeah.
Would you be in your room or out in a common area?
I'd be in my room.
Okay, so no one sees you guys as you creep to the airlock. Hart opens the airlock and motions for Lucas to put it in.
Lucas puts it in. Very gently sits down on the floor.
After Lucas leaves the airlock, Hart closes the door, presses a few buttons, and it's jettisoned out into space. She immediately runs to the porthole on the side of the ship, like a child waiting for Christmas.
Oh my god, we're going faster than light.
Yeah.
No, shit.
No. I'm sorry. The ship would not be able to do that going faster than light. So we would have to say this is at a point in time when the ship has stopped, for one reason or another. Hart could easily come up with a reason, I'm sure.
All right. Now I'm gonna need more of that energy.
Huh?
He's talking to the elderly
LaVine.
lady. LaVine.
She goes, well, you can't just make it go boom.
I can. I just need to physically hit it with something.
Something will physically hit it soon.
Ah, she says. Well then, by all means, dear. And she holds out a hand.
What to use?
She goes, do you mind if I?
Oh, go for it.
She pulls forth her hand, and you see outside the window appear, kind of like what you saw before, but little marbles appear out of nothing in space. And she she chants, of course, and then they appear after she's done chanting, and she kind of pushes her hand forward, and they all just zoom straight towards the pie.
All right. Let me just roll out this.
No. Bye-bye, birdie.
Oh my god.
I think you guys just came up with a really, really powerful mini missile in space.
90 damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
There is. Oh, wow. There is a loud. Well, no. There's space. There's no noise. What you guys see, who are looking, a bright flash as a giant explosion sends shockwaves whiffling through space. For everyone else on the ship is suddenly rocked violently with 3 shockwaves that wash over the ship, causing books to rattle on shelves and guns to move a few inches on tables, etc.
I just look around my room and fucking Lucas.
What did I do?
You get a feeling in your mind of agreement of that it was Lucas.
You're
So
gonna
for the
hear over the intercom. What the fuck was that?
for
was
visuals
that?
for everyone else who can see this, it explodes in a tiny mushroom cloud. A tiny
In
green
space.
mushroom cloud.
Green mushroom cloud in space. Hart hits the intercom. Nothing. We're all fine here. How are you?
Every single one's moved. What was that?
Hart thinks back to something Xavier said. Space whales. And then she cuts the intercom off.
Space whales.
She shrugs to Lucas. And then she says that was fun.
Wait.
Yes, yes,
This was still over the intercom.
Oh, okay.
Huh. And then it's gonna cut out.
Hart will nod and she'll say, that was fun. Really great. Kind of busy. See you guys later. And then she goes back to her room.
Thank you for helping. As
She,
Lucas waves a tiny hand in the air.
She waves as she goes to the room. LaVine's sitting there still staring out in space, and she slowly says, you know, Lucas, I am really, really glad I took you guys up on that offer.
Lucas nods knowingly. Mhm.
All right. Talavac, do you have any role plays or anything you'd like to do during that first week?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay.
There's
All right.
two things I would like to do.
right.
One, I would like to get on my computer and try to scour the net, for lack of better words, and I still am on the hunt to try to find me a carnivorous plant. And I want it. I want a specific carnivorous plant. I want it to be where it can be trained like a dog. Yeah, I know it's a stretch, but I'm gonna look for it.
Okay.
Mm.
It is difficult to get any sort of extranet or internet way out here, but on the few spurts that you manage to get, you find out that your best bet is probably going to be level 3 of center. In the open marketplace is probably going, if you're going to find one, probably where you're going to find it. Maybe level 4 in the warlock market, that might be a second chance too, but you're pretty sure if one exists, center's going to be the place to find it.
All right,
or an international
Second
split north
chance.
market like Atlantis.
I'm gonna bookmark that. Okay, that's the first thing I wanted to do. The second thing is that I wanted to gather Isaac and Lucas together privately, and I need to ask them something. I need their expertise on something. So I'm knocking on your doors. I need to speak to you and Lucas.
Lucas is definitely not in his room.
Well, I just knocked on Isaac's room, on his door.
What?
Yeah,
What do you need?
I need to talk to you about something. It's of a magical nature. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I don't know magic.
Oh, well, that's why I need both of you, and just in case one of you knows something. So I'm gonna go find Lucas now.
Okay. Should we just meet in the...
We can meet in the lounge.
In the what?
We could just meet in the Saboteur.
Sorry, you
lounge,
cut out.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. You hear me
Alright,
now?
cool.
Okay. We can meet in the Saboteur.
Yeah, no,
lounge.
it's on my end. It's on
Oh,
my
okay.
end.
Okay.
My Firefox memory leaks all the time, and you know what? I reset my Firefox, so you're good for a bit. Haha.
Are we good?
Go ahead. Don't wait for me. Go ahead.
Okay. I need to find Lucas somewhere in this place.
Lucas is in the Saboteur's lounge.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad I got y'all here. Because there's something I need to ask you.
The other lady is also there with him.
Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I need everybody's help here. Has anyone here ever heard of a thing called a rune weapon?
LaVine shakes her head. Sorry, dear. I've never heard of such a thing.
What about you two?
I don't like talking about what I do and do not know about rune weapons unless I get explicit confirmation from the GM or roll for it. One of the two.
Roll for it, sir.
All right.
Isaac, I'd like you to also roll for it with Okay, you don't have lore Galaxy, obviously, but I'd like you to roll knowledge check at 40%.
Oh, do I get any pluses or minuses for me being a magic user?
Yes, you would get plus 15%.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Isaac, when you get a chance, also, just roll me a. You basically need to make under 40. Okay.
If you can see, if you can see, I'm not actually in roll 20 right now because I'm trying to reset my Firefox.
Oh, I see. You want me to roll
which
for
is
you?
what I said not to long ago.
Sorry, you were cutting in and out. Do you want me to roll for you, or just? Well, no. You know what? We'll just do it this way. We'll wait for you to get in. Lucas, you have certainly heard of rune weapons. You know what they are. You know commonly who is said to have or have made most of them. And you know that they are incredibly powerful and rare. So yeah, go. Basically, have at it. You know, and you know.
Rune weapons, specially made. I believe most of them from the Splagorth. They're usually used with the Splagorth. Generally known throughout the land as one of the most dangerous weapons, as well as I think a good majority of them have a mind of their own.
I'm like looking at you like I'm listening intently.
Now, I'm maybe not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm going to guess that that thing you're holding is probably a rune weapon. The only reason why I say that is because most people don't ask out of the blue what a rune weapon is, especially out here.
Well, that's what it told me to say.
Okay. By the way, I'm gonna throw that out there. Sounds like it's possessing you. Not saying it is. It just sounds it. Like it's been telling me to do things. I've lost my memory for a day. You know, the usual possession things.
Okay, these are things to consider. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate the info.
Okay.
So, and I'll just, I'm like, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to my room now.
Hold on.
What?
Now hold on. Just in case this thing is this is of a possession nature, if you would be so kind for me to handle it, so I can do a small communication, just see how malevolent this thing may be.
It says it would never possess. I think I might have insulted it. I should go and apologize. I'll be right back. And I go back and I come back with it.
All right.
Here, Lucas, take a hold of it. This is the only surefire way that you'll know. Here.
Mm-hmm.
And I give it to you.
Lucas grabs a hold.
Okay. And I just kind of stand back.
Okay, so I'm back.
Hi.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. So we're gonna be using the stream for this episode because everything crashed.
Okay.
Oh god.
Literally everything crashed. Anyways, I rolled a 60. And Squee, if you recall correctly, I have a couple of books on Atlantean, the fall of Atlantis and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
if
then I would
weapons
say
were around back then
yes,
maybe I
they
might
are.
know.
Here's what I'm going to say. That you have heard of them, you know that ancient Atlanteans have no, because rune weapons are more Splagorth thing. You know of them. You know they're very powerful. You know you've heard tales that, or you've read in the book that ancient Atlanteans did sometimes use them, but more commonly they were used by Splagorth. Okay. That's all you know.
Then I will just mimic that to the group.
Okay, Lucas, in your mind flashes something that Talavac has already been aware of, but David, for your sake, you'll be hearing this for the first time as well. But Talavac has already seen this. First things first, you hear inside your head, I may have once had Splagorth masters, but I was never one of them. And you see visions in your head of a Splagorth overlord wielding this sword and to murder some alien race you've never seen before. You get the feeling that this is a very long time ago. You also get images of your head. You get an extreme sense of displeasure and dissatisfaction and hatred coming from the sword at this memory. Then you have visions in your head of the Splagorth Overlord trying to destroy the sword, to damage it, to break it, and when it could not, eventually tossing it and discarding it. And then the sword again says in your mind, I was not like them, and so I was discarded by them. I do not possess my wielder. I make them better. I help them.
Well, hello. My name's Lucas.
Yes, I have learned all of your names.
Ah, so what is yours?
Rapture.
Well, so far I don't feel any malevolent intent from you, which is good. Aces for that, gotta say. And it was nice talking with you. And I'm sure you want to be wielded in more capable hands. So back to Talavac you go. Yeah, don't be a stranger.
Right.
And he'll hand
Thank
this.
you for... It'll say thank you for understanding. And please let the others know, for the moment at least, I would prefer to remain in Talavac's hands. Many of you seem too... reckless.
He thinks back to all the times that where Talavac's done things. Yeah, I guess comparable, yeah. Hands it back to Talavac.
All right. So,
Right.
you
Talavac,
see...
you take the sword back.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that confirms it then. At least you know that I'm not just talking to an inanimate object. This is an actual sentient, great being.
Yes. Just as a heads up, if you use choice words like, I don't want to be separated from this, or so on and so forth, people might get a bit more antsy about the whole possession thing. As long as you were just kind of okay with the weapon, I don't think we're gonna have any problems. You were just like giving off a lot of signs of bad activity. Just
Well, this is in my defense, this is my first.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
It's always different for everyone the first time.
Okay. Well, now that I feel a little better knowing that everyone else knows now, and I don't feel like I'm insane now, I'm better now. I actually feel a little clear-headed about it. Thank you so much.
Glad to help. Lucas then like stops and goes like, "Wait, that's an actual Rune weapon." He doesn't say that out loud. He says that in his head.
What did he say? Oh no, never mind. Well, I just kind of nod, and kind of give like a sigh, like an exhale, like a okay, and I just walk and go back to my quarters, and that's really all I have for him for right now.
Lucas then does very light, like, floppy hand slaps to Isaac's arm. Did you see
What?
that?
Yeah, it's a rune weapon. What about it?
Freaking Okay. You know of rune weapons, sure. So Spilgorth are pretty big, pretty tough people.
Yeah.
So those they wield those weapons. That's what they use to hit people with. The
Yeah.
big strong dudes. That's what they use to smack people. Look,
Yes, according to my books, that's what they had. What? What's going on?
those things have an immense amount of power, a ridiculous amount of power. Think about a Spilgorth and what it can do by itself. And think about them going like, that's not enough. I need to hold something to actually deal a butt ton more whoop ass. Just think about that concept. That's what he's holding.
Huh.
And not only
That's gonna
that,
be interesting.
those aren't common. Those are extremely uncommon. I saw in the vision freaking a Spilgorth trying to destroy it and failing to do so.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's kind of... We're not going to see anything like that again. There's...
Probably not, no.
No. Maybe later. I mean, like, I'd like to keep an open mind, but we're not going to find anything even similar to that. That is a one-of-a-kind, most likely the only bladed... Oh, jeez. Give me a second.
Okay.
He's just sitting down, and he looks like the thinking man statue at the moment.
Yeah.
That's what he's going to be for like the next 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I think I'm just gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my room.
Lucas is eerily still. He has become statue.
Okay, then we'll just call that scene.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else anyone wants to do in that first week, or are we good to move on to the roleplay I had planned, which involves everyone?
Sure. Let's go with what you had planned. I think.
Yeah, I've done everything I wanted to do right now.
Okay, Lucas.
I did my one thing.
Okay, got it. So after about a week of travel, at some random point in the day, Hart opens the door to her room, carrying several rolled up sheets of paper under her arm, and she goes, "Boss!"
Isaac pokes his head out. What? What's going on?
I have goodies. Get everyone, and meet me in the lounge.
Okay.
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 Or the kitchen, whatever the thing with the fun table is. The kitchen, I guess you would say.
Okay.
Isaac will start gathering people.
Right. Once everyone's gathered, assuming everyone comes,
Lucas will come.
Hart will say, "So, you know that gym you got, the crazy one?
Yeah.
Okay. This gym, I've been running the calculations, I've been planning, I've been making sure it works. It works. We can put that gym in the second chance."
Okay.
Now, like I said, I ran the calculations. I also kind of touched the gym again, just to explore it, just to find out what it can do. And
It's really, really exciting. She kind of claps her hands together. So, this gem basically can run off of, she looks at Lucas, fun points.
Lucas nods his head like a student learning.
She goes, life energy. Whatever we use can take that energy and use it to form a nuclear reaction, like a secondary nuclear core. We can use this in the ship to power main systems if power goes down, or to power completely new systems. Now, we can't use it to enhance systems we already have. That doesn't quite work. We've already got a nuclear core that provides power to those things, and if you try and have two cores running into it doing the same thing, it's messy. But if power goes out, say we lose power to the engines, we can use that as a backup. Or we lose power to weapons, we can use that as a backup. Or, even more exciting, is this. And she rolls out several sheets of paper onto the table. And each of them is a highly detailed schematic of the ship. And the top one, you can see, has several equations and mechanics and arrows and schematics drawn over the blueprints of the ship in purple, what looks like purple crayon.
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 Yeah.
And she goes, I have so many ideas that what we could do, and just say the word and give me the resources and we can do this. So first option, okay? And I should stress, all of these are possible, only limited by how much money you're willing to spend on it. But so first idea. So I was thinking that big Palladium thing that kind of destroyed our engines caused a lot of problems, right? And I was thinking too, people when they're in a fight usually go for the engines, kind of a big target, right? Well, what if I installed secondary engines? And she starts pointing to parts of the ship. She starts pointing to like the outside hole here and here, and she says, I could fit them inside the hole so that when they're not in use, they're flush and invisible. No one would know they're there. But when we activate the gem, when we need them, they rise up out and act as a secondary engine system. Now, they wouldn't be as powerful as our main engines. They can only give us maybe 50% of the speed, and they can't do faster than light travel, but they would work. Or you could combine them with the main engine to increase our max speed by 50%.
That actually sounds really neat. What's your other
She
ideas?
nods. She throws like moves that one to the side. And she goes, okay, idea number 2, maneuvering jets. And she starts pointing to like purple circles all over the ship. And she goes, imagine being able to activate small jets that allow you to maneuver the ship much faster, much more freely. It would allow Xavier or whoever's piloting it to pull off maneuvers that the ship normally could never do. And out of character, basically, if you're doing evasive maneuvers with these activated, it's a -5 to hit instead of a -3, and all piloting checks have a plus 20%.
Oh, damn!
While activated. Then she pulls out a side and says, okay, idea number 3. This I call, hang on, actually, wait, let me stop. Let me think. I can't think of something cool. Give me a second. Oh, okay. She goes, this I call my laser blazer system.
Okay.
Small turrets installed throughout the ship, powered by the secondary generator, that fire lasers that are too weak and short of range to be very useful against other ships. But I can make it so that they're always active and automatically trigger whenever a fast-flying projectile gets too close to the ship. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, anytime someone fires something like a missile or a torpedo at us, these lasers activate and try to shoot it down.
Wow.
Out of character, basically, it means that anything that fires projectiles, so not lasers or plasma or rail guns don't count because they're too
Like
fast
mini
and too
missiles.
small, but mini missiles, long-range missiles, torpedoes, etc. As long as you have the
Smart
system and it's activated, it has a 25% chance of shooting a missile down, and it gives you 1 chance per missile in a volley.
Jesus.
Um,
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
She
You
nods.
getting
She
all this,
says,
Albert?
now, of course, these all have different costs, energy-wise and money-wise, and we'll get to that later. So, next idea: increased turret firepower. Now, the turret systems on the second chance can only hold so many barrels before they start drawing too much power because we're not a warship. But with this second generator active, we could install 2 extra barrels per turret that could fire with the turrets using the extra energy of the second generator, giving you almost twice the firepower per turret. Or, and she says, my last idea, and she flings that schematic away, we could go all out and use it to power a medium-grade weapon on the front of the ship. A ship like this usually would never be able to fire a weapon that big without drawing power from every system on the ship. But with a second reactor, boom.
That is...
It would only give you a few shots, but I mean, we're talking shots. But out of character, medium weapons, I believe, usually do 1d4 to 1d6 times 100.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
And she says, now, look, all of these systems could theoretically be built, and as long as we're not using them at the same time, could be built to run off the second reactor. Though, she says, you're looking at, okay, well, for the secondary engines, it would take, and I'm going to kind of go out of character here, right?
Mhm.
So I'm going to shoot over a list to you guys, but for the secondary engines, it's 5 PPE per minute. So the gym can hold 300 PPE, which you guys would have to charge.
Okay.
The secondary engines would be 5 PPE per minute, which means you could run it for about an hour. It would cost 10 million credits to implement this system. Maneuvering jets, 10 PPE per minute, which means you could run it for about 30 minutes, 8 million credits. Defensive laser system, the laser blazer, 20 PPE per blast, meaning let's say they shoot a 6 missile volley at you. That would be 6 blasts if they're needed. Obviously, if you shoot one and it blows up everything, you don't need the others. But every time it fires at a missile, it costs 20 PPE. Now, the difference with this one is if you install it, it is always active, unlike the others where you have to choose to activate them. This one's always active, but only burns PPE if it blasts at something.
Okay.
So it gives you a 25% chance to automatically shoot down a missile at the cost of 20 PPE per blast, and it costs 15 million credits to install. Increased turret firepower, you add 2 extra barrels to each turret hardpoint that can be fired when the gym is activated. It's 50 PPE per minute, and it's 6 million credits plus the cost of whatever barrels you use. And then the main medium range weapon is 100 PPE per shot and 6 million credits plus the cost of the weapon.
Wow.
And I will shoot this to you in a sheet. And basically what she's saying is...
This is super expensive, guys.
Yeah, but how fucking cool is that, though?
They're all super cool, though.
Yeah.
Basically, she said that, obviously if resources weren't a problem, she could install all of them on the ship. You just couldn't run them all at the same time. You would have to pick and choose. And the secondary system, in other words, if you, the ability to run systems if you lose power is something that could just be installed in the ship for no cost. Just by putting this gem in the ship, you will get that ability. She gushes about this gem being a work of art and absolutely amazing, and the cost is so high because this is a large ship. It would require extensive rewiring and installation that she says that she can do herself, but
She would need the resources to do it. She would need a shipyard like those at Center, and she would need several weeks to do it. So she goes, so if you guys want to do this and you give me the resources to do it, hey, we have to go to Center anyway, right? Why don't you just go to Center, take a few weeks, enjoy the sights, let me work on the ship, and I will get her to sing.
My God. These things are amazing.
She nods. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need to think about it. But here, you
Out
can.
of character, we need to talk to all of our players.
Oh yeah, we can talk to all of our players out of character. Hold onto the gem for now. Don't install it yet. Okay?
She nods.
Okay. And wow, that's just amazing. Are you gonna toss that list to us?
Yes, I am. I gotta just finish typing up the last part.
Cool. Dave?
Yeah, yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you need to bounce out soon?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do.
Yeah, I figured. Why don't we call it now?
It's a
Does
pretty
this
good
seem
idea.
like a good place to call it?
Okay.
Unless
I agree.
All right.
Okay.
No. I agree. That's a good place to go. So next week, what we can do is we'll have Inferno back. We can do some nice random encounters maybe while you guys fly back to Center next session, and then either we'll spend the session doing that, but I assume the idea is to go back to Center. I will say this because there's no real reason to roleplay this to spend time. Hart is going to ask if it's possible to make a pit stop on Frontier Station first, but she said it promises it'll be quick.
Yeah, sure. In fact, we should probably talk to Pa for a bit, or I kind of want to talk to Pa. See how things
We
are
need to
going.
talk to Sparkbot and be like, okay, Sparkbot.
Yeah. At least inform him of the situation. Say that, hey, we have some irons in the fire. We're planning on paying you a little bit at least, and all of that stuff.
I just imagine Sparkbot's like sitting in one of the empty rooms, completely unused and alone.
You know, he can just hang out in Isaac's room. I'm fine with
No, it's fine. I don't play with him that much because he was an NPC that was thrust upon you guys for obvious reasons. So I just he's always there, just in the background, doing his thing. But yeah, we can call the session. Next session we'll do some nice random encounters as you guys fly through space, and then we'll get you guys back to maybe Frontier Station if you guys are willing to make the pit stop, or if not, we'll head to Center and we'll see things from there.
I think we should make the pit stop. I personally think we should. What do you guys think?
I don't mind an NPC stopping off at a place.
Yeah.
Though I'm a little sad out of character that I'm most likely not going to be able to know what she's doing, because I know Lucas would, but he's so interested in magic stuff.
I can tell you this so that you're not sad. She will show you what she's doing.
All right.
Can I jump in?
I'll wait for the
second?
next week, but I promise you'll know, huh?
Okay.
I just want to jump in real quick. I'm gonna go. It's been fun. I'll see
Okay.
y'all next week.
We're
All
ending pretty much
All right,
now.
take care.
Yeah.
All right, everybody
Okay,
out
bye.
there.
Bye.
See you later.
Uh,
Goodbye.